I did not mute my YouTube thing, so that might be a problem. So welcome back everyone to MapperCast episode 65 here. Thank you for tuning in today. And I'm still going to leave the notice about why we're not using Google Hangouts. So in case you're not updated from the last podcast, basically Google Hangouts shut down. Oh, my notice here is actually screwed up, so I'm gonna delete that. So as usual, in the description below, there'll be a list of topics. MapperCast members that are here today. We've got channels today, and our guests. So welcome Imperial Mapping and Cheeze Waffles as our guests. Our mapper winner is Puerto Rican Mapper 4, and our fan winner I forgot to put the name. Who are the fan winner again? I don't remember.
Only bro.
Only bro. Okay, so. Well, if you want to read this list of topics below, they'll be in the description below. But as always, the first topic we'll be discussing is the Puerto Rican Mappers Alternate History of Europe series. I forgot to watch it. And then the fan request, if climate change is not solved internally and we get a climate crisis, how do you believe it will affect geopolitics and politics in general? Then we'll be pulling a wildcard topic out of our hat. We'll be discussing the government crisis in the UK. We'll be discussing the ethics of circumcision. I'll be honest, I have no idea what that is. Discuss over-ambition your content. And then we'll be discussing the upcoming Area 51 raid. I can't believe that's still a thing. And then we'll be discussing some of the recent MapperCast Discord polls. And discuss why we discuss things on MapperCast. Free for all, quiz game style mapper winner and fan winner, and say goodbye. And usual, Boy Viper here. And I have nothing else to say. Besides waiting for my job interview.
Hey everybody, Cosmic here. Welcome back to MapperCast. It is great to be back. It's always great. It's therapeutic for all of us. We're a big happy family back together. Episode 65. Let's have a great show. Mindria, come on.
Oh, I thought Batron was here for...
No.
He's not with us today.
Not with us. He passed away. It was violent. It was gruesome, but we gotta move on. Mindria.
Yes. Oh, that's pretty sad. Okay, hey everybody, it's Mindria here.
Hello there, I'm the Red of Mapping, and Cosmic deleted all my topics that I added, and I'm sad now.
Hey everybody, Mysterious Mapping here. I'm back, and I'm ready for some fun. Let's do it.
Greetings everyone, Imperial here.
Hello everyone. I am finally glad to be on here. I've been watching this every other week since episode 30. So I'm glad I could finally be on, so I can have a good show.
This is a legendary moment.
Got a full circle little moment here. Let me just say before we go anything, I remember Cheeze had like 200 subscribers or some bullshit.
Oh yeah.
He was sending us topics in like 2016, 2017.
That's how I met Wonder Waffle.
Yeah, oh my god, when they were just like this in the seedy underbelly.
Yeah, we were little boys.
That was a wholesome time to be.
Aww.
I feel like I had similar stories about in this time.
Hi, Viper, what's up? How we doing? Viper.
Why does Cheeze's voice sound like similar to Japanese voice? I don't know.
Wait, what?
Does it? I had never heard that comparison before.
Yeah. All right. Either way, we're going to discuss that later. So the first topic will be.
Wait, what?
Discussing the Alternate History of Europe series.
Oh no! Is he here as Puerto Rican mapper?
Oh no!
I feel bad, really.
Okay,
I did not watch it, so I can't say anything.
I just want to count. Mysterious, let's get you. What do you think?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I'd like to hear.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so Puerto Rican Mapper 4's Alternate History of Europe series. Where do I begin? So the first most noticeable thing was that you weren't using cross dissolve in Season 1. And that leads to it being very choppy and unpleasant. Luckily, you ended up using it by Season 2, so we'll just move on from that.
A new year, a new me.
Yeah, at a point, I'm sure the Nazi Germany goes ahead and lets out "New Year, New Me." Just letting us all know his positive affirmations for the year. There is a splattering of iMovie rock throughout the whole thing, but I'll let you continue.
Yeah, so that quote did appear, "New Year, New Me," from Nazi Germany, and obviously that's unfitting.
Oh, so that's where it came from. I was wondering why you were saying that.
Yeah. A big thing for me is that it was very clear that you were going for a simulation, but the thing is that if you're going to make a simulation, it's got to be detailed and accurate, which it wasn't. So
What do you mean- what do you mean by
otherwise it's
accurate?
I mean, it was basically World War II with Spain in it.
okay. Well, the wars were very fast. That's another thing. But basically, he didn't have too much story going involved. The episode would start and the war would just begin. No rhyme, no reason. And countries would do things with no rhyme, no reason. So obviously, explaining some stuff would help. There were rebels randomly introduced with no motivation or intro. The sound effects, especially the guns firing, was very repetitive and very annoying.
Just kind of sounded like some people stepping on glass. Also, the bit rate was very low.
Kinda did.
It was kind of just the whole thing was one big mazel tov. It wasn't great.
Yeah, you're probably just better off not having the sound effects. But yeah. Yeah, like I already said, countries kind of said yes or no to war with no reason, no motivation. You could develop on that a bit. It's hard to tell what's happening with all the different colors you were using, especially towards the second season. You started using more vibrant colors.
Yeah, they were using the fucking Technicolor My Little Pony color.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That has gotta hurt.
So a better color scheme could be used. I'm a kind of a grammar Nazi. So when you say your, as in you are, you have to have the apostrophe re. I said the sequel is worse than the originals, meaning season 2 is bad. That seems kind of harsh, but it's mostly because of the color scheme, and again, you rushed things very much.
The cross dissolves made a triumphant return.
The cross dissolve was a plus.
I had quite the problems with you not getting the country names right, because like when we were talking about like grammar issues, then things like Britian, like that's very annoying too. Britian or Germay.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Look, here's the thing.
he misspelled Britain multiple times as Britian, and
It's
Germay.
bad.
We all did that at one point.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we did, but
know?
that's not a good thing. I mean, I literally spelled Ukraine as Ukraine once.
Oh no.
Here's the thing. I want to state this because I know he's most definitely going to see this, so I don't want to be too mean. The main reason we're kind of going all in is because it's fun to dunk on folks, and we really haven't gotten the chance to do that here.
Entertainment value.
Because pretty much every show we've reviewed like this year has been great. So to have something that's even not that, just a little less quality, I just want to sink my teeth into it and be an asshole. But legitimately,
criticism leads to improvement.
Yes, that, and also
budget.
I don't mean to be a dick. I'm 100% sorry, and I don't want to discourage you. Keep mapping, brother. Keep it going. But I mean, you used 2010 Nerf War soundtrack for the whole goddamn thing, and it was a World War II. It was like, what was with that music?
Yeah.
Also
and,
used it like in one
was
episode,
Omega.
and then it was added in the next episode as well. So maybe a bit more choice amongst the music is good.
yeah, definitely.
And also,
some proofreading can go a long way.
Oh yeah.
Also,
And-
Kevin McLeod.
He made
Kevin McLeod.
I like
Yeah,
that.
but he was using it again.
I will. I also want to mention that he made a movie of all 3 episodes of season 1 that were probably all about 3 minutes each.
Yeah, so it ended up being like 13 minutes long. You really don't need to do that.
It also more or less was just a shitty retelling of World War II.
Yes, what was really bothering me is the point of it. Like what like every series should have like at least the cheapest of points, but retelling World War II and then look, it's Spain in there is not enough.
It kind of
I feel like okay, I get it's alternate history, but I feel like it's kind of like one of those it sounds like one of those classical mapping videos back.
Yeah,
But it came out.
For fuck's sakes, I want to talk.
A good alternate history point, because like if you could say, what if Francisco Franco joined World War II? Yes, that could be an interesting scenario, but it was not at all developed. It was just like, retelling of World War II, but color Spain, so it joins the Axis powers and does absolutely nothing but invade some pixels in North Africa.
The fucking thing was, it reminded me of like Merview's first series, which it was intended to be accurate because it was so shitty, it was inaccurate. That's kind of what reminded me of the series of,
All right,
because
hold on. What is this TSM everyone keeps messaging
we're
in the
not-
chat?
No,
No
top tier.
Like Team Solo Mid?
no, just
That's great.
yeah, it's
Team
Team
Solo
Team
Mid,
Solo
Bob.
Mid,
That's
Team
it. That's Team Solo Mid.
Team Solo
We're not going to be talking about that.
Okay, well,
Okay, so getting into the next part here, we have a bonus review attached
Hey,
to Puerto Rican Mapper 4
bonus
here.
review.
no.
And I just want to say half of this guy's channel is
Oh.
like NASCAR videos. And I want to say, first of all, I love it, dude. I love variety channels. My heart yearns for the time when like every channel on YouTube in 2007 was like, we do music videos. And here's a video of a guy like blowing up his video while saying dick over and over again. Here's an animation. I love that shit. And it was the Wild West. And half of your channel being NASCAR videos brings me back to that. It brings me back to being in my footsie pajamas watching Asdiv movie. I love it. But it's also dumb, is the thing.
Oh my god.
That was quite the turn.
But I do love it, though. I do love it. But also, why NASCAR, dude?
Because
Holy
rednecks.
shit, it's fucking Hurricane Doreen outside.
And legitimately, like, a point without any semi-ironic anything, I really appreciate, like, you actually showing your face and talking. I love that, because
Actually, like,
even in this
don't,
fucking call, we got a lot of folks who are, like...
don't call me dumb, but what is NASCAR? I have never heard of this in my life.
You
It's
are not
racing.
missing out, buddy.
NASCAR basically
It's a
is
boomer
like,
pastime. Don't.
NASCAR is like a racing thing in the US where basically you got a bunch of cars driving around in a circle.
yeah,
Also-
imagine
also,
thousands of
It's
rednecks watching
NASCAR,
cars driving.
So it's a bit like Formula
Yeah, pretty
Formula
much.
One
Hey,
actually.
Formula One.
When NASCAR fulfills its target group perfectly, NASCAR is simple enough to be understood by the low IQ of rednecks.
Listen,
Bruh.
boss. Me and my pappy used to
It
go
used to
down
be a really
NASCAR.
big thing in the 80s or 90s, I think, but it kind of
Afterwards,
fell off after
Take me
that.
out back to the public restrooms and show me what it means to love a man. Let me tell you,
What?
my pappy and I.
I don't know what
Her,
Cosmic's
her
saying,
southern
but
accent.
I don't know what Cosmic is
I'm
on.
gonna assume it's something
My
related to
boy.
NASCAR.
Cosmic lives in the South right now, so he has a good accent.
I do not live in the South.
Wait, yeah, Maryland is a southern
Maryland is
Maryland is
technically a
not
southern
southern.
state.
If Maryland
state.
is southern, then DC is southern, which was the capital of the Union.
No,
So I
it's not.
refuse to
No,
believe.
it's not.
What the fuck are you
DC is
talking about?
DC is an enclave.
Ah,
It's a
yes.
Maryland wanted to join the
Enclave of the
CSA.
North.
Maryland wanted to join the
Congrats,
CSA, but they got
guys.
stopped by
Alright,
the
we're
union
getting
before
off
they
topic.
secede.
Let's move on.
Alright.
Just like New Orleans.
Wildcard!
No, not the wild card yet.
Oh, wait.
Fan request. If climate change is not solved internationally and we get a climate crisis, how do you believe it will affect geopolitics and politics in general?
Well, basically, it will first of all affect that pretty much half of the world population will die. And
Alright.
That's a little extreme, Rat.
Is that a snap?
No,
We're gonna
it
die.
will though. There
No,
are models that exist because
I mean,
there's not-
over time, maybe.
no, that wouldn't be half.
Over-
That's
over
way
a
too
certain
extreme.
period-
Those are
Okay,
the most
well, hold on, let's
quick 80
say-
extreme models.
It's pretty much, it's guaranteed that if we continue on the path we're on, then all of the Middle East will become uninhabitable. And
Not
Maybe.
uninhabitable. I would say yes. Like many parts of the world would actually become not usable by humans and their
The main-
agricultural
yeah,
tendencies
the
anymore.
main
I don't-
reason why climate change will kill so many people is because there will be not enough land to farm food anymore for
Yes.
the entire
yeah,
population of
it's
the world
not
that we
going
have
to be
right now.
directly climate change. But it's going to be, of course, it's going to be fucking famine and drought, and mainly, I think, war, human conflict. Folks are
Yes,
fighting
actually,
a war. There's going to be an untold refugee crisis. You think it's fucking bad now, or a few years ago, when the entire Middle East is literally uninhabitable?
No, it's mostly Africa, isn't it?
Africa is the
No,
main
all of the
problem.
Middle East. It would be Africa and the entirety of the Middle East.
Europe
I feel like
also
Ooh.
wants-
Already hot
the
as
two
hell
rivers. I
today.
feel like the two rivers of Mesopotamia would still work good enough, but
If
I
they
feel like the main problem is really Africa. I mean, if they are already on the move or starting.
Oh,
to be,
Puerto Rican Mapper 4 just got here.
Also, if the
Yikes.
Gulf Stream stops, then Europe also is fucked.
That too.
Then
Because
we
then
have
we have
then
another
we have
ice
a north,
age in
then we have a
Europe.
northern hemisphere mainly freezing and the southern hemisphere dying of heat. Nice.
I feel like you guys are making it sound so bad
Because
that
it
it
Yeah, I
is
don't think
actually
it'll
going to
be
be
this bad.
because it would be Viper.
I think it'll still be livable.
I
like
feel
we'll
like
find
I
a way
feel
to
like
work around
Okay,
it.
It's
maybe,
livable, but
maybe
not-
for
Cosmic is right
us
with
in
the-
the West, like maybe we could get by if you discount like extreme increase.
I mean-
But in the Middle
So
East too, I still think they'll find a
Europe
way to
is
keep it
meant to
We will
livable.
They're
survive,
not
but
gonna do it.
society will
You can't
recess in
fight
a
the air.
really big way.
something I feel like is very disregarded before that is like we people are not that dumb as sometimes we seem. I feel like if we start to lose our literal coastlines and millions of people are on the move, we already see how this comparably little refugee crisis has changed our European politics. Now imagine that with something like Africa on the move, or imagine like our coastal cities going on there. I don't think that the population of Europe will just remain idle, or America for that matter. I feel
think
like
you guys
we would have.
I think you underestimate America.
Literally,
I would say
yeah.
that a full-fledged green revolution, and I'm not joking. I would expect that if it gets it gets as worse as
The
we.
thing is,
telling
then
you,
it's too late.
You have
by then it's way too late.
Yeah, one.
Yes, it's too late, but
way too late. And also, you have way too much faith in people, dude. There's no way. Right now, we see all the signs. Tons of the parts of this country and the world are feeling the effects. This shit's not. We have 12 years, pretty much, to like, if we really want to reverse the whole everything.
But
No,
the
we have
effects
no
are
years
the
left.
effects we
It's done
can see
already.
the effects, but the
Well, it's gonna
effects that
happen.
we
can.
If we want to
curb it.
stop the worst from happening, we still have a couple of years left.
Yeah, we still have time to stop the worst effects. But like,
Even
The
Even
only way to
all
stop
the
it is to
what
just
we
make
should-
everyone drop down right now. Every
that's
country
what we should
to just
do.
stop right now, and that's like in fantasy. China and India are in Indonesia.
Yeah.
They're not going to stop
the
just
problem
because
is
we
the
say
third world
so.
countries
Just because a bunch of
are-
millennials tweeting and
India
the
already
West.
now has like one of the lowest emissions per capita in the world
I doubt that.
here's
because
another.
they use hydropower for the main part because they have big rivers.
China should
Mm.
have that too. Like they have.
China also per capita is pretty low. That's the thing.
The thing is, they're just so big. Like, what
There's
are they
so many
gonna do?
people.
The thing is, if you got one like India and China, if you got 1.5 billion people, you are pretty much destined to have big carbon emissions. But the thing is that per capita, they're pretty efficient.
I mean,
zero child
And
poverty.
I think I gotta.
in China, unlike the rest, as we are speaking, doing immense measures to try to improve the situation. First of all, because of the pollution in the cities, and second of all, because they are in the area where climate change could really pose some trouble.
And here's another point here, guys. I don't want the debate to get marred by this fucking what is a false debate. If anyone is putting their focus on change here on personal responsibility, you're fucking completely, your heart's in the right place, but you're completely incorrect and wrong. Something like don't quote me on this, but it's around like 70% global carbon emissions comes from like 100 companies and 3 industries. You separating the plastics from the cans is not going to fucking stop that. So anyone who tries to frame this debate as a matter of not using plastic straws or eating less hamburgers is fucking wrong and a hack.
Save the
only-
turtles.
The only thing that's going to even remotely put a damper on climate change is going to be widespread systemic reform, not fucking separating the cans from the
I
plastic.
mean, it's not a bad thing though.
Yes, no,
Like,
I mean, we
it's
should.
not a
I mean, you
bad
can't-
thing, but it's like it can help for local communities, like keeping trash
And
off
all-
their streets. But in
Yes.
terms of the widespread global climate, you're not going to be able to do shit. You're
The-
not
the
even
thing
a drop
is-
in the bucket.
The thing is, doing something on a global scale isn't even new. When we had the problems with the ozone holes, we did a similar thing. Basically, we got governments pressured to do shit, and then we banned FCKVs globally, and since then the ozone holes have been closing again.
all international negotiations so far have failed, and that's because countries cannot come to a consensus on how much emissions each country needs to cut. Third world countries like China and India don't understand why, in the midst of their industrial revolution, they aren't allowed to
China
industrialize.
definitely knows because they're already having big efforts to lower their carbon emissions as we're speaking.
Yeah, China has the most by far, and second
And
is
per
India.
per capita, they have a pretty
Oh,
low.
help.
Oh.
Everybody, out Mapper! Yeah!
I didn't even notice he joined.
I want to address for what Cosmic said. I mean, it's not like we have zero influences on these companies either. I feel like educating the public in this regard is very important. Like like buying fast food from whatever, include your favorite fast food line, is already doing something. Like I completely stopped eating fast food.
I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't do that either.
It's
Wendy's and McDonald's.
Okay, I would be lying if I did that completely. I would be lying if I did that completely. I'm not going to McDonald's, for example. I'm not McDonald's or Burger King because these are the worst. The only thing I'm doing is like once. I feel like once a month a Subway sandwich. That's it.
Subway really isn't. That's like borderline fast food too.
Yes. It's not that bad. I can kind of allow that myself, but no, I cannot.
I feel like the employees at Subway. I feel like they flavor the sandwiches at Subway by dipping their fingers in pickle juice and splashing it on the bread. It's like nasty over there. It's not. I
think it's a bit better in Europe, like the hygiene standards are here.
Probably.
Yeah, for example, the best example is that in the US, McDonald's French fries, they have 21 ingredients.
Oh my god!
Yes, because they're better.
And they are not even vegetarian because you fucking fry them in animal fat.
That's what makes it taste good.
While in Europe we don't do that. We only have 6 ingredients because all the other ingredients.
You scared of some animal fat, Rat?
They are banned in Europe. And if you look at any trustful Reddit, they say that in Europe McDonald's tastes better.
No, you fuck.
No.
They do.
That just like viscerally upset me. Get out of here, McDonald's. Yeah, look at Reddit, guys.
So please, guys,
let's move on. Let's move on.
Can I at least finish my statement before?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. We have, of course, it is good to lower your own emission. Like it's a good thing. Like for example, try to live as good as possible. We should not disregard that completely. I mean, it's a slow thing, but it's a small thing, but it is a thing still, and you should not be contributing, at least from a moral standpoint as well. And don't eat at McDonald's. That shit is fucking.
Let's not forget the question was, how will climate change affect geopolitics and politics? Politics will become only more hostile. Less agreements will be made, and wars could possibly start from this stuff.
Okay.
Oh, if a war starts,
Alright, we're moving on, Viper.
Wildcard!
Wildcard topic.
Hell yeah.
Alright, everybody.
Okay,
You
so
can't get
everybody
screen share
go
now.
to screen share and click the link.
Okay, here we go, fellas. Screen share. I have not looked at myself in the mirror today. That was on purpose. So this is gonna really just be a rude awakening for little old me. It is not loading.
It's not loading, what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't remember how to do it.
Hurry up.
Oh, I clicked the link. Okay.
Got a little bit of a.
You know why it's not loading? Because we're in MapperCast live, not voice.
Fuck.
Okay, got a little bit of. All right, I'm gonna head over to voice.
Okay, let's go to voice, guys.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Okay,
Hello.
everybody. Here we go.
Why is there Arabic words on Cheeze?
What are we doing, fellas? Folks
Hold on,
at home, right here we got.
I didn't edit the thing.
Oh, fuck. All right, let me know when you're good, Viper.
Beautiful.
Let me just hide it. Oh.
Waiting on Viper.
Where the fuck is the link?
Waiting on Viper.
It's on the screen share channel.
Yeah, screenshot.
There's only Bash one.
Sorry, we're having a few little technical difficulties. We're gonna get through it together.
Oh,
Share channel.
I need to do this more efficient. I need to do this more efficiently.
All right, is it working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How we doing, everybody? Right here we got the hat. It's getting old, fellas. It needs some glue. It needs something. I gotta put the logo back on. It's like all torn up. All right, fellas. So let's go ahead deep in.
This better not be a dumb topic. Or inappropriate topic.
Fuck, we have to
What's that? That was one of the topics.
Okay.
Here we go.
Like put it on your forehead.
What is that?
What the fuck?
That was me blessing it.
It's not a fortune cookie.
What? What?
Bruh.
Oh shit! I ripped it. What illicit substances have you consumed in your life?
None. Alcohol.
What substance?
Oh god.
Illicit substances.
Illicit substance.
Substances.
What the fuck is
So,
illicit substance?
what
Yes,
drugs
what
have
is
you?
that?
Let's run through the
Drugs.
Alp, how about you?
None.
Cheese, how about you?
None.
Okay, get through it. You know, I don't consume this shit a lot. It's not my forte. You know, I like a little bit of the boopy here and there. It's fun. But, you know, it's not my... I haven't made a life of it. But to make a long story short, yeah, a little boopy of marijuana, a little boopy of something else. I've had one
Nothing
beer.
wrong with that.
I've had one beer. And... Because I'm not a fan.
beer.
I drink a beer and I just want to eat a potato and go to bed.
Germans be like, something.
Germans.
I had one beer. It was called Dead Guy Ale. I drank it and I immediately became my alter ego, Grandpa. It was great. Moving forward, I've also done some portobellas.
Some what?
Some shiitakes.
The fuck?
Mushrooms.
These are types of mushrooms.
Oh.
And it wasn't a whole lot. It was a little bit of a party dose. You know, it wasn't like a change your life and realize things about yourself dose. It was just like, I sat there, I watched some old videos from my Lego Luke 2000 YouTube channel from 2011 where I was making candy, and I fucking warped through time.
What?
And, yeah, because I was watching on a television these old videos of me, and I felt like I was a dream of... I felt like I was my 10-year-old self having a dream of what I would be like at 18. And it was fucking cool. So that's that. Imperial, how about you?
Okay, I feel like... Okay, I've consumed a lot of alcohol in my life.
Germans.
Yes, Germans. Like, I gotta say the German law supports it, because after 16 we are legally allowed to drink at least the low
In
stuff.
private, you're allowed to drink at any age.
Kinda. So I started. I feel like I started drinking with 16, and so I left.
Cosmic. Oh,
Cosmic.
back.
My bad.
Okay. I feel like and I had like this phase where I really wanted to, especially with friends, like in a big social group. I was like always trying to get drunk enough because the social experience is just fantastic in my opinion, and I'm not doing that anymore. Like I'm not doing that as much as I used to be because like the high percentage stuff doesn't taste too good anymore. Like vodka, ugh. Whiskey is good. Whiskey is still fine.
Last time we met up, you drank pure vodka.
Because I wanted to get drunk. It wasn't tasty.
You can fucking mix it.
I want to give a shout out to Steve for giving me that beer. As long as we're talking about social.
Okay,
That guy was
like
cool as
but like
fuck.
the low stuff, the low percentage stuff, like cider or beer or wine, I love that. That's good. I feel like it's not too bad if you don't drink it too often. So, what else have I done? I smoked a cigarette. Caffeine, of course. But that's not.
Is
Is
caffeine
Speaking
actually
of caffeine,
considered illicit?
No,
It's
no,
kind
no,
of.
brother.
Caffeine is considered.
It's not illicit. It's not illicit.
How do you say it in
didn't post my
English?
Twitter
Like in English,
story.
the thing that isn't cigarettes.
But
What was
nicotine?
nicotine?
Cigars?
No, the thing, the
Nicotine. Tobacco.
nicotine.
Tobacco?
Yeah, nicotine.
Nicotine.
Jewel?
I feel like I tried that one. I tried that one once, but I didn't continue because I knew how it could fuck my
Yeah.
lungs.
I forgot
But I
to mention
had this experience of a nicotine shock, and that was very interesting.
Ooh.
Like I was sitting in the group of people, and after I had that, like I leaned back and I felt myself like ascending. Like I started to fly.
Ascending.
I leaned back and whoosh, I feel like I was
Yes.
lifted up, and I saw the clouds below me, and then I knew. Then I feel like I
usually go
kind
to
of
the
realized. And then I kind of realized, oh no, it's heading away
You
again.
went
No,
to
please
another
don't,
world.
please don't, please don't.
You
And
should take
then I
drugs.
opened the
Oh,
eyes
no.
again. Then I opened my eyes
I
again.
love that. Just like I looked around and realized I was ascending.
I want to make a comment
And then I
about
opened my eyes, and then it was over, and that was pretty sad. But I never did it again because I know how much it could fuck my lungs.
And then you realize it all makes
I
sense.
want
So
to tell you
responsible,
my
Imperial.
experience of caffeine. The first
Wait, hold on,
time-
wait,
Don't call me
we're
responsible.
moving down.
I'm still drinking way too much.
We're moving down the list, Viper. So Mindria, you're next.
None.
Mysterious.
I'm clean as a whistle.
Yeah, my ass. My whole ass. Tell the truth.
You are in
I would
college, dude.
never
You
indulge in
definitely fucking
such
drunk
Tell us the
something.
truth, mysterious mapping
substances.
icon.
So
I mean, I lied to you there, basically.
Alright, let's
yes, I've done the alcohols, the nicotines occasionally, caffeine, of course,
Oh,
Ooh.
the Marijays.
Caffeine isn't illicit though.
Yeah, let's stop there.
no, come on. Come on.
Let's stop there.
I just talked about the shiitakes. You gotta spill some.
All right, I might have indulged in the shiitakes.
The shiitakes, poor fellas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Guys,
come
we are
come
such
on,
great
dude.
examples to our.
Oh, I'm coming out clean right
viewers.
now. I did lie back then. I did drink
You did
alcohol.
what? Oh,
I did drink some alcohol.
Okay.
It was
You are
the
bad
Balkan.
Muslim.
It was the
Bad
Balkan
Muslim.
rakia
Bad
mainly.
Muslim.
I hope that's haram.
It's
you
on
wanna
my
be talking
stuff.
about
So
the
what?
FNG, Bob?
The what now?
I don't know.
The Balkan drink, rakia.
Yes, that
Yeah,
thing.
and then there's salvia and acid.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, Rat.
Yeah, alcohol and caffeine.
Viper.
Like,
Caffeine
the
isn't
fir-
illicit.
the-
Oh my.
Like the first time I drank alcohol was like basically in Germany. It's here and it's a tradition that when you have confirmation, you drink alcohol. And I think 13 or
That's
14 when
bullshit.
that was. You do that. If you don't do it, when
Okay,
you're fucking
you Protestants do that because you're.
yeah, we Protestants do that. That's why I
Heretic.
said confirmation. And basically, basically it's tradition to
I've
drink.
had antihistamines.
I was like 13 or 14 when I first drank something. And yeah.
Okay,
Your
I
liver's
feel like
gonna
I
be
feel like it's
destroyed.
understandable that we don't have the tradition because Catholics get like this similar ceremony when they are 10.
Yeah,
I don't think we would be
basically you're
drinking that
getting
with
raped
10.
at that. You're basically getting raped at that ceremony instead.
Ouch.
All right, Viper, tell us about your heavy drug use.
So I've actually never like done alcohol or besides prescribed ones, and I never actually smoked in my life.
Prescribed
Wait,
alcohol.
hold, wait, hold on a second.
Prescribed alcohol.
What?
I was
Are
prescribed.
they handing out
heroin.
flasks? at
No, it's
CVS?
like you know how like, if you're sick, those medicines are technically alcohol, right?
Oh,
Okay.
The
Yeah,
cough
but, no,
medicine.
Okay.
but let me tell you my experience with caffeine. Even though I don't think it's illicit. So
Alright, let's
I
hear
went to
this.
Starbucks one day. So it was hot, and you know the vending machines wasn't accepting my money because I knew Canadian money, and so what I had to do was
Canadian
I
mapper.
needed a cold drink because it was hot. So someone told me that, hey, why not get one at Starbucks? I'm like, sure, I'll just avoid the coffee because I know they have a lot of caffeine. So I went ahead and buy this so-called, I don't remember, it was some like lemon green tea. I bought
Green
like
tea.
the largest size in Starbucks too, and I drank all of it. Like
Viper.
at 6 p.m.
Wow.
Thought it was a
Viper.
great idea, and then
Dog.
4 a.m. I couldn't fall asleep. And then the next few days, I couldn't fall asleep either. I had trouble falling asleep, getting back on my sleep schedule. I was like, fuck.
Was this your only experience with caffeine?
Yeah, it's my only experience, my first time experience at
Okay.
Starbucks. It's like the first
nothing
time.
else. Not even like
It was the
Coca-Cola
first
or
time I
something.
bought something at Starbucks, so it was like,
Your body gets used to it.
Everyone has that moment, that first moment walking into Starbucks and
it was terrible.
Getting your name
And the
spelled.
first experience,
peer
not like
pressured into it.
and the first experience
Around
was
the
that I couldn't
circle.
fall asleep.
Bro, you gotta try this new fucking mocha frappuccino.
That shit will fuck you up.
This will have you slightly more alert for like a 44 minutes, bro.
I remember when we were dealing caffeine on the schoolyard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Behind the gym.
Isn't that just like, what's the difference between that caffeine from Starbucks and some illegal caffeine?
Some illegal
Is it
caffeine.
illegal?
I
One
don't know.
exists, one doesn't.
I don't know.
Hold on,
Give me the illegal stuff. Please give me
Talking about
the illegal caffeine. Bruh.
Okay.
Cheese,
Coke?
I don't know what you mean, Cheese, but you are not muted.
I'm
wait,
not muted.
oh,
Oh,
wait,
that was
that-
before.
wait, that was
Gotta
like
press
12 minutes
F1.
ago. Never mind.
Don't worry.
Jeez, I'm very.
Why are you worrying up?
I'm just
So
worried.
yeah, I was gonna post that as a Twitter story, but I forgot to, so I ended up telling it on a MapperCast podcast.
It's good. Gotta
Post the
save
clip
these
of
for
it
stories.
instead.
All right, I feel like we should move on.
Next
Yeah.
topic.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Alright, so here's
the thing.
Discuss the government crisis in the UK. Does anybody here live in the UK?
Here's the thing about this.
No.
I want you guys.
No.
I want you guys to speed through this. I'm gonna go get coffee. I know it's a little much. I probably
Yeah,
should be doing this
same.
in work hours, but I'm gonna get some coffee. When I come back, I want you guys to be finished. I'll be right back.
Alright, so
Uh,
I'm pretty
basically,
sure he got coffee.
so basically,
before he
the fundamental thing that we have going on is that Boris Johnson is a huge idiot. First of all, he lost. The government lost its majority in parliament after one of their MPs basically just said "fuck you" and walked over to the Liberal Democrats. Then 21 further MPs of the Tories were axed and thrown out of the party after they voted against the government's decision.
Are you talking about the British Trump?
Yeah,
British Trump.
Diet Trump. Anyways, and then then what also happened is that now somebody of the cabinet has left the government, and basically every decision that Boris Johnson has tried has failed. And now, even though there's a law that said that he has to go to Brussels and ask for an extension of the Brexit deadline, he says he's not going to, and he might potentially face prison time.
Oh.
If he actually disobeys that law, which will be great. And
Yeah,
essentially,
but do
the
they
UK
ever
is a
actually go
huge
to
shit
prison?
show.
It really
Boris Johnson also tried to dissolve Parliament temporarily, which failed because he lost his government majority.
Didn't he get approval from the Queen to do that?
He did get approval, but the
Okay.
thing was,
Hey everybody, I am back.
That's just
the thing is the lower house
you guys
and the
solve
upper
Brexit
house already
most
the lower and upper house already passed the law which would not allow a no deal Brexit, so it would be pointless if Boris Johnson would dissolve the parliament.
Also, like the Queen is rather forced to agree to it because it's just a protocol. I mean, it's
Boris.
toothless tiger.
Silly man.
I just see him as a British Trump.
Trump
He also
diet.
looks like a diet Trump.
That hairstyle,
Yeah,
that Trump
he's just
hair.
kind of a Walmart Trump. It's weird.
He's also partially Turkish.
The rest of the world must think the Anglosphere is so fucking strange.
Yes.
You know, especially like it would be enough if they were just like two weird, big, like right-wing nationalists. But the fact that they look almost identical, I just think like I don't know. Everyone's got to have all sorts of different theories as to why like the Anglos are so into.
Canada is only saved by Quebec.
That's true.
God.
Canada, elect a large, fat, blonde man so that we can be in sync here.
Wait, what
Australia,
blonde man?
Australia too.
Yeah,
What
blonde.
What blonde man?
Trump and Boris.
Canadian Trump.
British
wait,
Trump.
what? Don't tell me there's a Canadian Trump.
No,
Canadian.
no,
I
no,
don't think
no,
there
yeah,
is.
no, you'll be okay, Viper. I promise.
Yeah, but we have
There's the
Doug
British
Ford
Trump.
here in Ontario, fucking shit up. Oh shit, he's gonna come after me now.
All right, should we move
Oh.
on? I really want to get to this.
Yeah.
Oh no. Is this the penis one?
The thing,
Oh no.
Wait,
We
Viper, you wanna
discussed the ethics of what? Okay, someone needs to tell me what the hell this is.
Okay, let me tell. Yeah, we talked about it last show, but guys, I just want it to be known: Viper doesn't know what circumcision is, so I'm going to break it
Oh
down.
boy.
Viper,
your fucking
circumcision
view
is
is biased.
my
Breaking
view
news.
is not biased. My view is objective.
Objective.
Damn.
Calling
Objective.
Guys,
Let me explain it to
How
Viper.
why do we explain Viper?
Cosmic, you and objective doesn't work.
Okay,
together.
all right, we can get into it in a minute. Let me just explain.
Let
it.
Imperial explain.
Let me do it because I'm perfectly fine to be neutral.
All right,
Circumcision
first
is a
explain what
long-
circumcision is.
Circumcision is a long-standing, usually religious, I guess, ritual or procedure, medical procedure, in which a male baby's foreskin at the tip of their penis
Bruh.
is, without consent, violently
Very
removed.
neutral.
Violent.
It's not violent. It's not violent.
No, Cheeze, when you cut off a baby's penis, You don't get to tell me that it's not
a section of it.
violent. You don't get to tell me that you don't get to just do that.
If you call that violent, then any surgery would be considered violent.
It's not a fucking appendix, okay? Your foreskin isn't gonna turn on you halfway through life and be like, "Ooh, the evil foreskin."
Rip out.
Here's the thing about medical benefits.
I don't really care at all, no.
Yeah, I don't care
my
either.
penis, please.
One
Thanks.
at a time.
First of all, let me tell you this first and foremost. The foreskin is filled to tip to base with nerve endings. If you have a foreskin,
Welcome back up.
you are going to, all the time, no matter what you're engaging in, whether it's self-pleasure or with a partner, you are going to experience tenfold this sexual release. Because you have all these extra nerve endings on the tip of your
If you don't have a foreskin, you last longer.
Cosmic.
Yes, because it doesn't feel as good.
Cosmic, you're fucking wrong. My brother has his foreskin removed a couple of weeks ago because of a medical
That's one of the
condition.
reasons that the religious people like it's supposed to stop pleasure. Like that's one of the meanings about the circumcision of religious because these extra nerves cause more pleasure, and the pleasure is distracting the man from the doing his duty and impregnating the woman.
My brother literally hasn't noticed the difference.
I'm kind of sad that the only thing I know about Rat's brother is that he doesn't have penis skin.
And also for religious reasons. It was mostly removed for hygienic reasons, not for this fucking shit.
It's another reason. I didn't
that brings up a good point. It's very hygienic to not have the
How the fuck were people back
skin.
then supposed to know that the foreskin?
Because they notice, I have foreskin. Oh, more pleasure without foreskin. Ooh, no.
Here's the thing: if you are getting on the medical thing, if you are like an oaf, if you have severe developmental issues and you can't spend the extra like 30 seconds in the shower to wash your dick, then yes, I suppose
people back then
remove your
have
penis.
a shower, mate.
Remove your penis if you can't wash it. If that's your point, that I can't wash my dick, I have to cut it off.
All right.
That's
Hold
your
on.
point.
Why don't we go down the list, say what we got, and which we think is better?
Dude, you can't say that because you've never had it. You can't be like, I prefer this.
We'll give our reason. We'll give our reasons.
The only person who could tell us would be Rat's brother because he actually has experience with it.
All right.
Yeah,
Why don't we get Rat's brother in here and he can tell us all about it?
Yeah, get
He's
your
not
brother.
here.
Right.
He's not living in our home anymore.
Fuck.
Call him on the phone.
Yeah,
right
call
now.
him.
Get him in here.
He's probably at some party right now.
Just give him a ring. Try
Yeah,
it.
go
No.
That sounds like exactly the type of thing.
Don't pressure Rat like it's. I think that's a very hard thing.
How's that rude?
Asmik, you're acting like someone's really.
I feel like it's very.
someone's home without even. No, home.
It's Rat's
we're barging
brother.
into someone.
Also, like I feel like it's very
Someone's,
cringy
time.
for Rat. I hate that word, but I had to say it.
Okay.
Cringe is just the worst word existing, to be honest.
Look, here's the point. Every argument I've heard. Hold on, I gotta blow my fucking.
How do you even fucking know about this?
Here's the
How do
difference.
I know?
You either have an elephant trunk or a mushroom head.
You're like fucking
well,
Sheffield
that's
right now saying that
parts
pygmies
of our
must be a
body.
different human race because of their skull.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about there, but I'll go ahead and say every single argument I've heard that's like vehemently in favor of circumcision is not empirical, anecdotal, observational, or based on opinion. I provide like legitimate, ethical, and objective stance. I talk about the
I
science.
haven't
nerve
seen
endings.
anything
I
of
talk
that
about,
yet.
first of all, it is
the nerves,
actual lubrication.
obviously,
It feels
and
better.
obviously it's
Natural
without the
lubrication.
child's consent. That's
It
pretty.
protects your penis whole. That's first of all, like the whole idea of not the whole idea, but that's part of it. It is actually hygienic. It prevents like germs from getting in your dick hole. It feels better. It's a natural lubrication.
Also,
Cosmic,
wounds
did you say
wounds
this
on the
about-
tip wounds on the
isn't
tip
this
are
about,
cured much
opinion?
heal much faster because the skin blocks bacteria off
Yes.
and
so
other and
like
prevents
it or
wounds from
not,
drying
even
up.
if you were
No.
even if you were the most hardline circumcision supporter, all the points you got to acknowledge are based on nothing. It's always like, oh well, I like this better. Oh, I don't like elephant trunk.
You just
Oh,
announced that your points are
Here's what it comes down
What?
to. The main use of your penis is to have sex. And
No, it's
across the
pissing.
line, I have seen that girls prefer the mushroom head over the elephant.
Oh, That's great. That's real fucking great. That's real fucking great. Let's have that discussion.
Yeah, Cosmic, it's
You want to talk about? Hold on. You want to
Cosmic,
talk about? No, let me say
Shut the
this.
fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
What?
If you have no foreskin, it's altruistic.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking
I
about.
wanna
Oh my
hear-
god.
I
Okay,
wanna
if you
hear
want to
this.
talk about
Cosmic,
fucking,
I demand
What?
you to answer why is this a topic.
I will answer that in a minute after I make
Your
this.
Your
Here's the
partner
thing.
has more.
If you
your
want to talk
partner has more
about,
pleasure by having no foreskin, that's
If you-
altruistic. You're
Don't
you want-
pressure
hold
this
on.
poor guy.
If
Hold
you
Don't
want
pressure
to
this poor
talk-
guy. He has a point.
Let's hear
Please let me
Cosmic
make this
out.
point.
Even
Please
if
let me-
it is fucking true that you
Can
have
we
less
hear
pleasure
Cosmic
without
out?
a foreskin.
Please let me
which-
make this point. If you want to
which
talk
pretty-
about sexist double standards that women prefer the lack of foreskin, that's great. Let me just run around town and go like, oh yeah, I prefer women with mutilated labias. I just like that. I think it's ugly.
Female
No, I
circumcision
don't
is a
like
whole
gross-
different thing.
I don't like
No,
gross.
No, it's not.
That's
The
fucking
main-
bigoted. You can't just say, I
Cosmic,
prefer
Cos-
mutilated
Cosmic,
genitals.
Shut the fuck up.
Every woman who says that they prefer that and are vehement about it, they can go fuck themselves. That's a mutilated genital. That's a mutilated penis that
if
you're
the penis is
attracted
erect,
to.
Cosmic,
if
can
Well,
you
when
stop
you tell
using
them
the
to
term
Cosmic,
that's
Cosmic?
better
Cosmic.
anyways.
They ain't gonna
I
give you
demand
nothing.
you to tell me why is this a topic right now.
Because we talked about it last show, and I wanted to.
Cosmic, for one fucking second, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
The reason why there's a major difference between female circumcision and male circumcision is that with male
There
circumcision,
is no female circumcision.
there is.
Genital,
Put acid on the vagina.
genital
It's not good.
mutilation.
With male
Yeah.
circumcision, you're just removing the foreskin. The foreskin pretty much isn't really an organ.
Skin is an organ.
Is the labia an organ?
Yeah, it is, but not. The thing that gives you
It's
pleasure
part
during
of the
sex.
sex. It's part of
The
the
thing that
organ,
gives you
just
pleasure
Yeah,
like the
so it's a
foreskin is.
foreskin is also.
Can you fucking shut the fuck up? The reason that you have pleasure during sex is because of your hormones. And the reason why with female circumcision, that's a problem because
Let's hear him out. Let's hear him out. Let's hear
If
him
there
out.
are more, if there are
Let
no
him
nerval,
talk. Let's hear him out.
Everyone,
you know there are fucking nerves in your penis too.
yes, but there are more nerves because there are more impulses going to your brain. Equals in more pleasure.
Look,
Literally.
here's the
You
thing.
know that the body compensates for that if they are missing.
All right,
No,
can we
they
guys?
don't.
Can we like?
He
Yes,
shouldn't have to
there
do
are
that.
studies.
Move on.
Here's the
Yeah.
last.
Shouldn't
Here's
have
the
to do that.
last point I'll make. Here's the last point I'll make. Rat, Mysterious, anyone else. My point is not that you should be ashamed of not having a foreskin. That's not the point. I don't think you should be ashamed. Like, I don't think women should be like who had their genitals mutilated because you are an infidel. I don't think they should be ashamed. I think you were, even if you don't like to admit it, a victim. That's
How
just
am I a
you
victim?
were.
How
Don't
am I
feel like a victim at all.
Cosmic.
You were the
Cosmic,
victim of a not your parents or anything.
Cosmic, do you
They
even
were
know my
victims.
case why my foreskin was removed?
I mean, okay, if it's a medical thing, then whatever. But
And you know, the
even
other
if you like
the
it,
other option
good.
my parents had was to castrate me.
then I'm glad they didn't cut your entire penis. So
That's what you're
Well,
making it
that's
sound
fucking-
like, that someone's getting a
that
big
fucking
butcher knife and
guy
cutting your whole
also
dick
infected.
off.
my point
If
is
it's
like,
for medical
it's
reasons, good.
disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah, of course, obviously, if anything's for medical reasons, go ahead and do it. But it's disgusting to me that like just the removal of a baby's part of their penis for no other reason than I like it is like accepted on such a wide cultural scale. It shouldn't be a thing. That's
Because
my
it
point.
doesn't matter.
It's such a minor thing.
Oh, I know what
Cheers.
this is now. I just.
Okay, let's end it there.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I had this.
Okay, let's end it there. I like that. I
Okay.
think that's a beautiful bookend.
I didn't know what the name was, but I finally found out what it is.
Meanwhile, there's a ferocious agreement, like disagreement going on here. Why protect blood?
I'm gonna tell you the only reason why I had it was for medical reasons, though.
Yes, if it's as long as it is for medical reasons, I have no fucking problem with
Yes.
this, anyways.
Pretty much.
Let's
Pretty
move
much. Most people probably don't even with male circumcision. Nobody gives a fuck.
let's move on.
It's
That's
such a
my
minor
point. That's why
problem.
it's bad. That's my point. That's why it's bad.
It's such
Can
a
I just
minor
say one closing
problem.
point?
That's my
Why
point.
is it bad?
I can't believe this is a topic. What the fuck?
Alright, we're
To be-
moving
same,
on.
to
We're
be
moving
honest.
on. Let's move on, guys. Come on.
All right, let's move on.
Why
All right,
pick
so
something that isn't woke?
discuss over ambition in your own content.
What does that mean?
What?
Okay.
Own
Okay,
ambition.
I'm gonna tell you guys. I think
Nice.
I'm gonna try to describe it. I didn't add it, but I think this is what I did. It's like I'm gonna use a computer science example. It's like this: you think of an idea, and then you isolate yourself into creating that idea without getting feedback on it.
You could. That's. I think isolation is definitely part of it. Hold on.
Bruh.
That's my coffee burp. So I put this in here. I probably could have worded it better. I just kind of shoved it in there. But this is pretty much just like directly. I wanted to have a mapping topic. Overambition, at least for me, that's my main issue. Everything I do, I want to beat out what I did previously and be the absolute best that I can, and then that just results in me not doing anything at all, and it stalls, and then maybe I'll lose passion for it because it's taken so fucking long. So I want to know if does anyone else relate to that? What's your experience with it? Yeah,
Kinda.
I do, yeah, because every time I make a new episode for one of my series, I redo all of the country walls every time because I look at them and say this is outdated and shit, and I spend like days just redoing all of them, and then it sucks down my motivation for the episode, so it takes longer for me to finish the whole thing.
For me, it is partially because I don't like the dialogue I'm making sometimes, and I'm rewriting it all the time, and because I want to have it like something that could be in a book, more or less. That's my point.
Basically, for me, it was the last episode of Standstill. I made it basically worked through the entire night, and when I was finished with the episode, I was burnt out. So
where is Standstill, Red?
I'm still burnt out, mate.
To talk about what Imperial was saying with the script shit, yeah, that shit is brutal. I wrote a draft for in Alternate Future USA 3, the scene where Callie and Oregon first meet. I wrote a draft for that like in early 2017. I hated it so much. I like screamed. I pretty much just accepted the idea that I was a worthless piece of shit. That's how much I hated that scene. That's how much I hated that scene.
Jesus.
So I deleted it, and I didn't start writing it again until I want to say October, really. It might have even been I started in late 2016 and jumped on that again. And that is still probably the biggest issue in my life, if we're being real. I spend just a lot of my time absolutely hating myself because the dialogue isn't good enough. That's it's really bad. It's real bad, guys. So yeah, overambition. It's not good.
So basically,
another thing. Okay, you go.
Basically, I experienced overambition with my Cold War series from episode 1. I finished it, and then 5 days or so later, I start making episode 2. Yeah, everything's going smooth. The storyline seems smooth, and then after I'm 50 scenes in, I realized the alliance stuff, the alliance color I made for the NATO and the other stuff is just so thick. So I delete the 50 scenes. I rewrite it. I remake the whole map because I don't like how it is looking. I also remake the country walls because my laptop dies. And I couldn't save this stuff, so I redo everything again 2 times, and I finally finished the episode, and I'm completely burned out.
Yeah, God, burnout.
Mm-hmm.
One thing about overambition I also experience is on a much broader scale, because I have the ambition to do a certain kind of series or multiple series in the future, but knowing how long a series of me takes to finish, I know that I'm probably not going to do this in the future, but I still want to. But at the same time, I can't imagine myself sitting here in 6 years doing the same stuff still. And I'm not kidding, I have 4 ideas of very big fucking series that I still want to do, and I have even more, but I have already disregarded these, and I've chosen myself.
I could actually relate.
I gotta say, Imperial, you are fucking tugging at my heart. You're speaking directly to me right now. This is just my whole goddamn life you're talking about.
Exactly, so similar minds you're speaking, I guess.
Oh, who just booked it?
Oh, died again.
Oh, poor Alp.
Turkey just turned off the internet, I guess.
Yeah, I imagine myself thinking about it, because whenever I do Alternate Future of the World Season 2, it's going to be the biggest thing I ever do in my life ever, because I want to do the whole season as one big block release.
And then I'm thinking of myself you like writing, creative writing and stuff. Then why don't you spend that time on the book I'm writing and don't waste it on nothing?
You're me. That's the whole other part of it. It just becomes why aren't I doing the one passion I have? Why am I burnt out on this? This is supposed to be me. I guess I'm worthless.
That's why I've reduced my mapping output so drastically, because I'm writing this thing instead. Because this thing is gonna be I hope it's gonna be addressing more people, and maybe allow me to do the dream I have of becoming an author instead of Lawyer.
Well, I have
Lawyer.
I have this issue as well where I come up with an idea, but I don't like I never like I say I like for one day I'm like yeah this is good, and next day it's like I don't want to do it.
Some people are actually reading the chat. Yes.
So
I kinda-
so to me I'm like like there's a lot of like ideas I had that were scrapped because sometimes I just like oh yeah on the first day I was like very ambitious about it, and then after a while I'm like nope, I'm scrapping this.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't like scrapping shit. Like every idea I have, I imagine myself in like 6, 7, 10 years.
Wait,
with
what?
A job, moved out somewhere,
Wait, what?
finding out how to do this.
Nick HD
Nick-
deleted his
Yeah,
channel.
Nick H
Wait, what?
deleted his channel recently.
Oh, Jesus Christ, really?
What?
Wait, what?
Fuck him.
Didn't he say he was gonna come back?
Bruh.
He
They
might be
actually
bad.
delete his channel?
All right, everybody, pour one out for Nick HD.
F in the
No,
chat.
I still see it. It's right here.
Hmm.
It's
Bruh.
I still see it. It's right here.
Yeah, but the profile picture is black.
That's not called deleting.
No, yeah, it's still here, guys.
It's been black
not.
for
Being
months.
It's not
depressed.
deleting.
It's still there.
Black-
He's
Black icon means depression.
He's just doing a little bit of a 2014 Skype thing, is all.
Wait, what?
Imagine
Just
if
like a
black-
People still do that.
people still
Really?
do that.
Ooh.
Some
Fucking
people, when they
Mindria
get
Well, now
depressed,
this
they
is
go.
way worse.
Some-
By the way.
That's not changing your profile picture to a black is not the same as
Mysterious,
deleting.
and I have a friend who used to do that, and it was really.
Oh,
It's
that's
not
fine.
it's not the same as literally deleting your channel along with every video. It's not the same thing.
It's a attention
Yeah,
grab.
shout out
Yeah,
to
it's an
the shout out
attention
to
prize.
the idiot who told us.
You know, I will
fake
say,
news.
I will say, his banner is cool. Maybe he's setting up for a new show. Maybe it's going to be like, Swoop.
Ooh.
It's going to be cool.
Swoop.
That's like
Whoop-de-doop,
telling
I'm
me
back.
when Chaos Eye went black that he deleted
Well,
his
Chaos
channel.
Eye is a fucking
That's not how it works. Changing your profile picture to black is not to just a black picture is not just.
You just leave your channel to be inactive, and that's it.
I know
Wait,
that's not the same
fuck.
as deleting your entire channel.
I
I don't know.
feel-
Why do you guys
I
call
feel-
it deleting channel? Fake.
I fucking
I wouldn't be
realized something.
surprised if
Yeah.
this so-called fake depression would actually turn out to be real.
No, I don't think it's depression because he released a trailer which actually looks decently promising for a new series
did
7
he-
months ago, and he never released it. I'm pretty sure he's just trying to like.
I mean, I'm
rebrand
looking at
it.
the like I see the black profile picture, but I'm not sure if he changed his cover picture because that also shows the same thing as his latest video.
Wait, Nick HD
No.
released a trailer?
Yeah, a trailer 7
7
months
months
ago, and nothing really happened came of it.
Yeah,
When he
but
released the trailer,
I
he
didn't
changed his
even see
profile
that.
picture.
Was it good? Was it good?
It looks promising, but like
It was
he,
the
he
same
kind of
series.
never really he kind of died after that. I don't know what happened.
Well, I gotta watch. Yes, of course, I gotta watch that one.
Next topic.
But
let's move on.
But please don't say that his channel is deleted. That's not what you call delete a channel.
Yeah, but someone
This is
wrote
a
into the chat. It's fake news, I guess.
Guys, this is
Big
attention seeking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
Okay.
let's
We've
just,
been baited. We've
let's
been
keep going.
baited.
I don't think
Shout
this-
out to the guy.
More
All right.
probably
Next,
than Google.
next topic. Discuss the upcoming Area 51 raid. This was cancelled.
It can't
It
catch
was.
us all.
Why is this a topic?
No idea.
Because it's
Here's
still.
what
The raid is upcoming, isn't it? September.
No, it got
September
canceled by the guy who made it.
Well,
Oh, yeah, but
people
already
don't
know
know.
they have. He's
People
not
still
a
gonna
general.
go.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say about this. First of all, I know meme. funny. I love it. I
Yes.
think this should be a
Yep.
thing. I think we need a
Yep.
People's Revolutionary Army taking over these places and telling the government to go fuck themselves. I love it.
Yeah.
I think
And then you step
The
on
thing is, even
landmines
though-
and
Comrade
people-
Cosmic.
exactly
Even though it's
send a
cancelled.
message. Take them out. Don't kill anyone.
Just for
Even
some.
though it's
some-
cancelled, worryingly so, pretty much all tickets to Las Vegas on the airport are booked, and you can't book any
Yeah.
more tickets, and,
And-
most hotels are filled up in Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
the 10 closest hotels to Area 51 are booked, completely sold out.
Yeah,
So-
there's gonna be
Nothing's
something.
gonna happen.
So the booked ones are probably going, right? No.
Here's the
I
thing.
feel like
think
I feel like that's
there's
it.
there's gonna be at least one crazy motherfucker with all the decades of intrigue around Area 51 and all the seedy underbelly YouTube videos from like 2010 of like, whoa, what could be hide in there? There's
Yeah,
gonna be one.
I'm pretty
There's
sure
gonna be
there's
one
gonna
fucking nutty guy who used to listen to talk radio in 1997 who's going to go there and get killed, and it's going to be funny.
It's going to be
fun.
Batman.
I'm pretty
It's gonna be
sure.
Batman.
I'm
It's gonna be-
100%. I'm 100% sure there's gonna be one dumb person that's gonna go there.
It's going to be
They're
Batman.
probably going to
Batman
be
shows
that
up.
person.
I
There's gonna
expect there to be
one
more
person
than
on
one
the
dumb
news
person going
that got
there.
blown up in
Batman
Area
shows up in a
51.
cape, and he like looks menacing and adjusts his
Because
glasses.
you know the
My
area
Little
is
Pony
here.
T-shirt on.
And a rainbow. No, he's got Rainbow Dash wings on.
And
Yeah, I
that's
see.
and that's a lot of
Team
things that he
10
does before you
house.
get
And like, oh look, I'm gonna sneak into Team 10 house and record it all live. It's like, what the hell, man?
Should definitely raid.
The only ass I'd eat is that of an alien's. That's what Batman said.
The only ass I'd eat is an alien's ass.
Ooh, aliens.
Aliens.
We love you, Batman. We love you.
We love you, Batch and Wholesome.
Anyways,
So wholesome.
let's move on. The
Poll of the day.
the polls. Alright, I'm not gonna do them, so
Okay, I'll do these. My
Oh,
classic.
God.
So here, everybody, we're gonna run through these real quick, have some goofs,
1,
some
2,
gaffs,
3,
some
4,
laughs,
5,
some
6,
fun.
7, 8, 9,
Yay.
10, 11,
So
12,
you know, don't exodus en masse like people usually love.
Start at the favorite digit number.
Favorite digit? Is that really something we did? What
I
was the
didn't,
digit?
even, I didn't even vote on that.
All right, here we go,
24.
guys. Here we go, guys. What's your favorite single-digit number? I want to say shame on brackets for thinking that was something to ask. 7-1, which I will say that is my favorite as well. I don't know. It's cool.
Yes,
It's
it is.
It's fun. Do you use dark or light theme? I always use dark theme one. I use dark theme on Discord. I use the theme that was whatever the website was designed for. So on Twitter, I'll use light. On Discord, I'll use dark. Because usually the color schemes have all balanced for that, so it looks better. What do you think of Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
Oh, man.
Just a real right fucking turn there. America was right to bomb Hiroshima, but should have waited longer before bombing Nagasaki. That won with 28 votes. Which do you prefer, red or blue?
No, that didn't win. Cosmic.
What? Oh, I'm done.
A1.
Oh.
America was right to bomb Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It was a right end to the war, sparing the rest of Korea and the Soviet occupation.
wait, what?
Okay.
And
That
that's
won.
the right answer.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, I think we should have waited a lot longer, and if they still didn't surrender, then go.
Yeah.
I think we should have given them.
Okay, I guess you could have waited for 1947.
So right over here, we got, what is the world better or worse without the Cold War? And the mapping community did a mapping community on this one and said that the Cold War was an era of stability and voted for 48. I just,
The next one is triggering me deeply.
I didn't suggest this, by the way.
yeah, this next one was a which Reich is the best. I'm curious, what do you think about
Okay,
this?
can I say something about
I
this?
didn't suggest this.
The Weimar is the best, obviously.
Why
German
is the Weimar Republic even in this? Like, it
No, it's
wasn't
not a
even
Reich.
a Reich,
It
technically.
wasn't even a rank.
It was called the
Wasn't
German
not
Reich.
my
Bracket.
bro.
But it was not a realm. It was a republic.
Yeah, but officially, the Weimar Republic was called the German Empire.
The second thing that annoys me is that the most people voted for the German Empire. Like, seriously, oh, the German Empire, oh, Kaiser,
Kaiser
oh,
William
yeah, it's
II.
some-
Kaiser Boo, oh yeah, Kaiser Wilhelm.
Kaiser, son. Yeah, that's
Kaiser
pretty
William.
Well, what else?
I
What else
hate
would you
these-
hear
I
when you
hate
pick
these- I,
Imperial?
I hate these Americans that have like adopted the whole German Empire Nazi thing. I am technically German because one
European, bro.
because one tenth of my ancestry came from Germany. Oh look,
Imperial.
I'm not gonna do the Prussia profile pick. Although I
Imperial.
don't
Who
think
else would
any
you pick
German-
here? Who else would you pick here? The Holy Roman Empire? Would you pick that?
Weimar
The
Republic
Weimar Republic, Cheeze.
because-
The Weimar Republic was like a train wreck. Why would
I
you
know,
pick
but it
that?
also was
because
a-
the Allied powers
There were
ruined it from the
four
beginning.
Empire.
years when the Weimar Republic was the best place to live in the entirety of Europe.
The Weimar
Also-
Republic
also,
was
like-
just
Come on,
I-
guys.
It's not the Weimar of it's not the fault of Weimar if France and Britain are ruining the whole thing from the start.
I'm not even gonna.
Why
tell you,
is
it's just-
Frankish
from
Empire-
19
Yeah, why is Frankie there too? That was more French.
Okay, hold
than
on,
that was so
hold on,
long
hold on,
ago.
hold on.
I got it, but
Is it a
Frankia
Reich?
is dope.
Hold on a second.
Despite
Easy,
being a
easy,
monarchy,
Reich.
Frankia is kind of dope.
One at a time, guys.
Cheeze, you gotta turn your mic down a little bit. It's a little.
Me?
Yeah, just a little. It's just kind of bottoming out a little.
Okay, sorry, I just
Viper,
had to,
you should lower me
had
then.
to get that off because
Carrot
Okay,
is
so here we
potato.
go.
I'm kind of triggered about these people.
Next
Right.
one, we got carrot or potato. Potato 163.
Hell
Let
yeah,
me just
potato.
say, let me say real
Potato.
quick to drive this forward. I've been living that baked potato life recently.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got some baked
Amen.
potatoes
Yeah.
around here.
Amen.
Yeah, I've been
Potato
jumping
gang.
on board, and it's been awesome. But this morning I tried to make a cup. The olive oil has been dripping down to the bottom, and it's formed this massive grease pit. And I almost burned the house down 3 times this morning.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Jesus.
sir, alright.
You should
Everybody
not be
remember
in
that.
kitchen,
Cosmo
honestly.
And I-
burned his
I think-
house down 3 times.
So, would you shave your eyebrows? Only to be like Cosmic got 10, Never There Secret got 69.
Oh, 69.
Nice.
I did not shave my eyebrows. I lightly
Okay,
raised
How
them.
about this, Cosmic? How about this? Episode 100, you shave your eyebrows.
Here's the thing, guys. My
Truthful.
eyebrows are already all so shitty and
As
thin.
a special, just do it.
No, because they'll never grow back.
They will
They'll
after
never
6
grow
months.
back.
After 6 months, they
No,
will.
because my eyebrows are already so shitty. I'm
Then
getting
do it again,
all on
You're gonna have to do it eventually.
To be honest, my eyebrows are one of the more defining factors of my face. I'm not going to get rid of them.
Bob, fucking raise call.
Oh god.
I'm gonna
Okay.
just put that off for now. Okay, moving forward, we got what should the status of Puerto Rico be? Puerto Rico mapper.
Let's
4.
ask Puerto Rico. Yeah, let's ask
Yeah,
Puerto
let's
Rico
ask Puerto
Mapper.
Rico. Make a NASCAR vlog about it. I'm sorry. Again, I love it. Keep doing it, dude. What should the status of Puerto Rico be? It should become a U.S. state 1 with 51 votes. Oh,
Shouldn't
that's
be.
perfect. 51 for
Oh.
the U.S. state.
Oh my god.
And objectively,
Let me ruin it.
I think every territory.
Rats.
Yeah, let me ruin it.
At the
No,
very
it shouldn't. Puerto Rico has too much debt to become a state. It's over like 100 billion
well,
in
they
debt.
deserve it. They deserve not to be a colony.
What about fucking Louisiana?
Okay.
That's also
At
heavily
the
in debt.
very least, they deserve representation in Congress and Senate.
If they clear out all their debt, then I would be absolutely on board with them becoming a state. Because then they'll get better. Then they will get better aid. When they have all those hurricanes that are gonna come.
That's so
completely
dumb.
slimy.
That's so dumb, dude. What are you going to say to an average Puerto Rican? Yeah, sorry that you have no democratic representation and your house is gone. Your nation's in debt.
They do have their own representation. They have much more autonomy, and
They
they can
can't-
rule themselves.
They can't vote in Congress, dude. They should be able to vote in Congress.
Okay,
the very
so
least-
They have autonomy over themselves, and they get aid from the U.S. though.
Well, they're still subject to federal law, man.
Federal
Okay.
laws.
okay, so who can
Moving-
read French? Who can read
Moving
French?
forward, we got Ce sont des vies, croxy region, sile un bonne fruit pour toute pain au chocolat.
And now we are losing all of our
French.
Chocolate win. Chocolate win. Chocolate win.
Who the hell would choose croissant over
Croissant.
Yeah.
Croissant.
I think the
Croissant,
pie
pain au chocolat.
I think the second thing is a chocolate croissant.
I can't blow my fucking nose, dude. Shit.
That's the thing.
I have no tissue. It's all covered in Jewish bagel.
Oh?
Okay.
Alright,
Pizza
first
or
note,
hamburger?
never let
Moving
Cosmo
forward,
read
we got
in
pizza
French.
or hamburger.
Oh, this is so sad. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Pizza is more versatile. More of the world
No.
can appreciate. More of the world
What?
can appreciate pizza.
A
you know?
hamburger is everything. All your dietary needs on it. It has everything.
Ah,
It's got
I know,
the
but
green.
look-
It's got the buns. It's got the meat. It's got the cheese, the
You are
lettuce,
so right, and
the
I.
tomato.
But let me tell you, as a person who like cooks hamburgers a lot, that should put you to sleep. A big thing of red beef in your fucking.
That's the best.
I
A
don't.
pizza's just this.
Pizza's healthier.
Pizza's
What about-
good.
After I
Pizza's
eat,
not healthier.
after I have a
Pizza
slice
is
of
healthier.
pizza,
They're-
Maybe
I
your
feel like
shitty European pizza is, but no.
All
You and your health codes. You're like, the U.S. doesn't have all these health codes.
Sorry
Our
that we
food
don't
is
want to
much.
At least we don't have diabetes.
You know what? You put into your
Diabetes.
fucking
Diabetes.
French fries at McDonald's?
Oh my gosh! What the French
oh my
fries?
god, we're talking
You
about
put you put fucking condom lubricant in your French fries at McDonald's.
Okay, let's move on.
It depends. Like,
Condom.
chemicals mix
Ooh,
when
new
chemicals mix with each other. They make certain things. That certain thing could be really nasty or it could be really good, depending on
Hey
what
guys,
you
we got
mix
a
it with.
bonus poll.
We'll get to
It's-
that in a minute. So
it's
moving
really-
forward, we got you have been elected president of the United States in 1912. Do you participate in World War One? I will declare war on the Central Powers as soon as possible by intervening. I can save sound counts more wise by ending the war with swift victory for the Allies. That won. How do you like your steak? Medium rare won with 24, which is okay. That is acceptable. Anyone
Yeah.
who said well
Medium
done.
rare.
Who doesn't
Anyone who
like
said-
medium rare?
Anyone
I
who
Well
need
said
done is the
well
way to
done
go.
because I can only eat.
Yeah.
yeah, whoever
Do you have
said well
anything
done.
else?
I just noticed that I picked the wrong thing. I actually wanted to say medium rare.
Everyone who was voted well done should be promptly kicked from the Discord. Just
Why?
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly.
I just
Well
wanna-
done is the way
Because
to go.
it's me. Why are you eating charcoal, Viper?
I'm not getting
Wait,
satisfied
what's
from
a
eating
well
less.
Medium well and well
What's
done
a
take
well
10 hours to
done
chew.
steak, actually, let me look at that. Well done
Who
steak.
voted rare?
Okay, guys, we
No,
can
no,
have
no,
this
No,
discussion
Cosmic,
next
you have
week.
to
because
understand
why
something,
won't you
Cosmic. I have
Hell
to
yeah,
eat
let's
it.
have this discussion.
Ah, fuck!
Cosmic, you
Ah,
have to understand something. I have to eat it well done because I have this issue, like, it's a generation problem. It's where if we eat anything that's slightly raw, we actually end up having stomach problems.
That's fucked up, dude.
that's kind of normal.
I feel like you could still go for medium well.
Nah, okay,
Well
medium
done.
well maybe, but it has to be like very cooked, man. It can't be like, if there's any signs of raw, it's bad for us.
All right, well, moving on. We got, do you wear anything to aid your sight? I don't wear anything, got 44, but 33 got glasses, so we've got some diversity.
Why does no one wear contacts?
Because contacts are shit.
What do
Because
you
it's
mean
annoying
this
me.
shit?
Because
They're
nobody
annoying.
likes touching
The
their
counters of
eye.
people who died because their contact lenses broke and they got blind.
Well,
That's
don't you
not.
wear-
That's
don't
not.
you wear
My contacts are made of plastic. They're literally like little pieces of flexible rubber. It's really easy to slip in. Takes
Yeah,
like
no,
2
when I
minutes.
look at
Touching
contact
their
lenses,
eyes.
I actually get very uncomfortable because I was like, how do you
Very
stand at
easy.
something
Doesn't.
placed
Within
on top
takes
of
2
your
minutes.
eye?
Also,
Ah,
contact
Jesus.
lenses are unhealthy.
Shut up! Oh
Scientifically
my.
proven.
Oh my
How are they
God,
scientifically
Brad.
proven, Rat?
All right, you are your scientifically proven stuff. right?
Scientifically
It
proven.
is. There are studies out there. Google it. Use DuckDuckGo.
Oh, Google it. Oh,
Okay, hold on a second. Rat, why is it you got, like, in your back pocket scientific statistics for everything, but the moment I present it for your penis, you...
Because it's American.
because I'm American?
American.
That's
Rat
a
has
good
a
point.
deep
That's racist.
racial bias
He
against
makes a
us.
good point. All right,
That's
so
not
moving on,
racist.
Oh,
That's
it's
objective
cosmic.
fact.
moving on to my...
Cosmic, show some of your pride for this country.
None left, brother. Moving on, we got
The Canada for
mine
their next
from
US.
yesterday. We got, hey, everybody. Oh, why am I reading it like that? We got this one, you see, like, after reading these many polls, I just start to slip into the sunken pit. So we got, have you ever considered your own anus as an avenue
You
for
missed
sexual
one.
release?
I didn't even understand the question.
You mean
Have you
the
ever considered fingering your asshole?
Cosmic, you
Possibly.
missed one.
So we got possibly got 22 votes. So I actually want to give a little bit of a handoff there. I thought most people would be like, no, but we actually got some open-mindedness here.
nice?
Actually, I don't.
29 said no, which unfortunately meant that one. But 10 people said yes, so 10
You probably
people
skipped it out.
are slipping a finger.
I
which
just don't
I'm
want to
down.
get fingered, Cosmic. Jeez.
Cosmic, you missed
Like
one.
brother, like I
Get fingered
said,
by Cosmic.
you're a man, you got a prostate, you should take advantage of it. I don't, because I'm scared. But I think you should.
That's very ironic, Cosmic.
It's just
Very ironic.
obsessed
Alright,
with the
now-
idea of it.
Now, finally, we got, I guess just now,
That's not finished
brackets
yet.
put this
We
in here.
wait until next week.
Oh, okay, we'll wait till next week.
Wait,
Alright, so
I'm
that's all
going
the polls,
for
everybody.
the Roman Empire.
Can we just move to the quiz because I'm
Exactly, brackets over here going, it's because of...
Guys, bonus poll. Come on.
No.
Bonus ball.
Bonus ball.
Bonus poll.
No, it hasn't been won yet. Wait until next week. Alright, let's move on.
Free for all.
Can we just move to the quiz because I have to go in like 10
Yeah.
minutes?
No, we gotta do some free-for-all, brother.
Nobody's gonna ask
No.
us serious questions.
Folks have been waiting the whole
Can
time.
we just move to...
No! Alright, free-for-all, everybody. Send us some questions, whatever you feel, whatever's tickling your fancy, and we will discuss them.
Alright, I see a wall of text, but I took off my glasses.
Oh boy.
Cosmic
Send
Mapping
feedbacks.
will shave his eyebrows in year 2021 when episode 100 of MapperCast happens.
Guys,
What
ask serious
is it?
questions for Cosmic.
You can ask whatever you want. We got, what do you think of hashtag SharpieGate?
What?
Whose keyword is that?
Oh wait, hold on. Everybody's up. We got a question for Mysterious. How does it
Ooh.
feel? How does it feel to be back from your hiatus?
Bad.
Yeah, let's go with that. No, it's good to be back. I've just been kind of busy with my personal life, going to
University.
university and all, having a a life beyond the mapping community.
Did you get a
How
girlfriend?
dare you?
I mean,
Mindra's
we all
first
got it.
question: did you get a girlfriend?
I've had some girlfriends, but I'm currently single.
Ooh. So if any girls watching
Cosmic, are you a
MapperCast,
fucking
here's the man.
surf? I don't know what the surf is.
I don't know what a surf.
Surf is basically like this ancient medieval thing of basically slavery, but not.
It's not ancient. It was in Russia for.
Yeah, it was in Russia.
Yeah, because it headed from ancient times, like feudalism. Like that's for me, it's ancient.
Wait, feudalism?
What are we
is
talking
ancient
about?
Times? I thought that was in
Serfdom,
medieval times.
serfdom, like Leibeigenschaften.
Serfdom was a thing in the entirety of Europe.
Yes, thanks for stating those facts, man.
Wonderful.
Okay. What is your
What is
opinion
it?
about the inevitable death of the universe and yourself for Cosmic?
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, we should skip the.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
Venom,
I could actually talk about that, but I don't want to.
We're doing more questions, everyone, because a bunch of people just joined, so we're doing Q&A. You can tune in. For everyone, who is the best mapper current?
Base Bulgarian.
Probably Fricon?
Yeah, Fricon.
Furcon.
Fricon.
Me!
I never got into him. Should I actually?
Yeah, you
Same.
should go watch
Wait,
God.
what are we
good.
talking about?
I don't really watch mapping, to be honest. Like, I watch it when we review it. So
Yes,
it was good
same.
to
What are we talking about?
Wait, okay, what was the question
Who the best
again? It
mapper?
was
Who
about
the best
Good
mapper is
mapper.
currently?
Best mapper is an angry bird. No.
What?
To be honest with
Oh.
Fricon, I disagree because the first two seasons of Gorsh were essentially 1984, in my opinion.
Oh my god.
Like with
Oh.
the third season episodes have been pretty much just exposition, and it was just boring to watch, in my opinion.
Red is tearing him down.
The best mapper is that is very subjective.
Thanks, brackets.
Anyways, the best mapper's job will change my mind.
Hell yeah.
Yay, bro.
Agreed.
Yay, bro.
Agreed.
I agree.
Question from West Virginian. Do you like hentai?
Let's go down the list.
No, it's weird as
Let's go
fuck.
down the list.
Here's my,
let's
here's my thing.
Let's go from Alp down to Viper, okay?
Oh, we're going
Okay.
down the list. Okay.
Yeah.
Alp, you start. What do you think about hentai?
Wait, so what is the question?
Do you
How
like
do
Do
you
you
like
like hentai?
God damn it!
No.
Cheese? Do you like hentai?
No, it's really strange. It's really creepy. It's kind of fun to
Very
laugh at.
creepy.
If we're talking about to laugh at it, not sexual pleasure, then sure, 'cause it's pretty funny to watch.
So anyone
But-
who knows me knows I have a little bit of a conflicted stance on this.
Nicole.
On one hand, I think it's fucking like I've complained about this
Nicole.
on several shows because it bothers me. Hentai animation is fucking nasty. It's always they always sound like Disney like mouses. First of all, they sound like American Tail characters. Who likes that? Like just genuinely, objectively, who likes these grown ass women sounding like children? Like I don't know. I think it's weird, and it's always tentacle, big brother, tentacle monster fucks little 8-year-old sister for 30 years.
Don't forget that the 8-year-old is actually 8,000 years
We
old.
gotta move on before it fucking gets out
Oh,
of
hold
hand.
on, we're still going down the list. So I think
Alright,
I think that no, hold on. I think it's nasty, but on the other hand, the anime art style is a little fucking like you can't tell me you haven't seen a few anime babes in your life and you're like, oh, well, okay, yeah, hands off.
Actually, I can say
Well,
I
it's
can.
designed to be sexual. So
Literally, it's designed to be sexual. Imperial, what do you think?
I would be lying if I haven't used it in the past.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Ooh.
Wait,
I like
what?
that.
You fucking
I
Catholic
didn't like the way you
go
phrased
to the
that.
fucking you deserve to be burnt on a stake.
Masturbation,
Francis
maybe.
is-
I don't.
Fine, yeah.
Okay, let's get it. Masturbation is one of the stupidest sins ever created because one pope said, "Oh no, it's bad." Doesn't mean like it's not even stated in the Bible.
There's a difference
goddammit.
masturbating to real women and
Oh,
masturbating
please
to...
don't.
Oh god, let's not start this again. Right?
Who's the
Mindria.
worst mapper?
No, we're going down with Mindria. What do you think about it?
Oh yeah, no.
Miss Bob, what do you think about it?
Hard no.
Brad?
hard no.
No.
I have a similar stance like Cheeze. Like after
Yes.
actually watching some, they're so fucking ridiculous that you just see you're just in the Discord voice chat of your favorite Nazi server, and
Wait,
no,
what?
jokes
Nazi
by the way.
server? Wait,
No, it's
what?
not a Nazi. It's not a Nazi server. Sorry,
Wait, are you talking about Ludwig's?
it's not a Nazi
Yes,
server.
it's not a Nazi server, but
I'm just joking. They're just a bunch of Anglos pretending to be Nazis. Anyways,
just the English part. The German part
yeah,
is
basically
fine.
you're in
Join
voice
this.
chat there, and somebody sends a fucking hentai, and then you watch it together, and then you just think, what the fuck has this world come to? What the fuck is this? And then you laugh your asses off in voice chat, and then the evening ends.
I'm actually starting to watch anime unironically.
Ooh.
Okay.
It sucks you in. You do it as a joke first, and then it just sucks you in.
Boku no Pico.
It's like a disease.
Hey,
He started
Cheeze,
watching
Pico.
fucking-
here is a
He
question for
started
you.
watching the worst. He literally started
Question
with,
for
like
me?
one of the worst.
Yeah.
Hold on, we
Why?
got. Wait,
Hold
Viper,
on.
Please be quiet. Let Red speak. Let Red
Viper
speak.
needs
You.
to tell us what he thinks about hentai. Viper, what do you think
I
about
said
hentai?
no. I never
Okay.
watched it. Never seen it.
What's the worst map?
I've started watching JoJo's
Is
Bizarre
this- isn't-
Adventures.
Oh god.
Question for who? Cheese?
Cheese. Why are you called Cheese?
Oh, I have to go
Because
to the
he's
whole
a cheesy
story.
guy.
I told this so many times. I actually just pinned it because I have a little Q&A channel in my Discord. I just pinned it. I'm gonna read off what I said
someone
there.
asked it in the chat here, so why don't you?
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm just
gonna
read it out.
Let's hear it.
Are you gonna
Oh,
lose
here,
your
I'll say it,
reputation
say it.
on the
Here, hold
first
on.
hour on
Before you say it,
MapperCast?
I'm just gonna guess real quick that it was like a joke when you were 7 and it was your Roblox.
No, it actually. So, well, I was young. It was like 8, 10, around
That's-
there.
I remember you saying it was like an old.
Yeah,
we were bonding about. It.
Well, I had no real good Steam name, and I used to play a lot of Team Fortress 2. I have like close to 1,000 hours in that, I think. And a lot of people during that time would have the name related to cheese or waffles. So me being the genius that I am, the natural genius, combined it both and replaced the S's with Z's because I don't know. And I don't know, it just kind of stuck with me and I never got rid of it.
Cosmic Joe Star.
All right. I got a question. How does it feel to create the most meme subject in the podcast, Wildcard? Well, it might be the most meme subject in the podcast, but personally, I think it's a valuable subject because it provides a sort of entertaining topic for those people who are not only just interested in mapping, but just otherwise,
I told myself
kind of like me.
of caffeine.
So it's good to have some variant of mapping topics and some, stupid, joking topics to keep things interesting.
Red Bottle collection
on the
collapsed
topic
again.
of cheeses, man, why?
Hold on, I got a question from Only Bro. We got discuss why you love Nicole from the popular cartoon.
Yes, we need to know this topic.
So I've made this. I say this before a lot of things because we've been doing the show for so long, but I've made this point before. And it's kind of hard because I got way too into Nicole for a while, so I had to kind of take a step back, kind of recuperate and come back to reality as a human and not, go any further down that rabbit hole. But yes, obviously, she is sexy. She is strong. She is independent. That's what I love. She's a multifaceted. She cares for her family because her broke ass bitch husband who won't get the fuck up and make a dollar.
Ricardo.
She gets up. She brings home the fucking bread for the family. Okay, and I think that's honest. I think that's hot. And she comes home and she exhibits a love for everyone. She's a multifaceted human being. She's not at one point, she's not. She doesn't go to work and carry her innocent naivete from the family here and put up with the chauvinistic bullshit from corporate. No, she fucking stands up for herself and she fights for her family. But then she comes home and she is as tender, loving, and sweet as any cat mommy should be. And she's fucking hot. She's fucking hot cartoon femdom dominant waifu, and I love her. I think she's
Cosmic, you need to stop.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I was saying I had to take a step back.
Cosmic, you need a girlfriend.
This is the first time in a long time I've really reflected on Nicole. Like I had to take a step back. So just to let everyone know I'm recovering. This is like a former alcoholic talking about why you love vodka.
This is why your parents hate you.
My parents agree with me about Nicole, first of all.
Oh, God.
I had this discussion with them on
no.
God.
Anyways, I have to go AFK for a couple of minutes.
Okay,
so don't end the shit without me, please, okay?
All right. Cheese Waffles, Mapping. Right. Are you triggered by Wonder Waffle?
Of course not. It was always a joke.
That's a meme topic from 2016 or 17.
It's like
it's such an old meme.
Yeah, at this point it's dead. Just
Yeah.
let it die.
Cosmic opinion on Richard Watterson.
Oh my god! I just said.
Enough with the gumball.
I think at
Enough
least
of it,
Richard,
please.
Richard exhibits some self-awareness, and especially some of the later episodes, which I appreciate. I think he knows that he's a bit of a goofball piece of shit.
God.
He reflects on it, and at the end of the day, he's not like a Peter Griffin. He doesn't hate his family. He loves his kids. He loves his wife. I think his heart is in the right place, but he's a broke-ass nigga. He won't go out and make a buck. So, yeah. Cosmic, what do you think about accidental Himalaya throat singing?
The hell?
All right, I'm gonna
The
ignore that.
Mongolian
I'm gonna
singing.
ignore that and go up to the real one.
Cosmic, do you watch High School DxD?
Hold on, I want to get to Anders because I don't want to.
Ian.
What do you think about Trump's obsession with Alabama getting hit with a hurricane when it's not true?
Oh my
He
god.
posted a meme.
I mean, it's just fucking goofy. It's like whatever.
He
This
clearly-
is
It's just
Say
Trump being
everyone,
Trump.
and
He's
then-
being goofy as always.
this is like the kind of Trump story that I
Oh,
hope
Trump, that jolly goofball.
This is kind of one of the Trump stories I hoped would be more common when he first took office, was just goofy, stupid bullshit like this. So, I mean, it's funny, him bringing out the fucking Sharpied thing. You know, there's nothing I can say about it that
He
hasn't been
just
said
can't
before.
admit he's wrong.
Like, any
No,
other
he
human
can't.
being in the universe would just be like, oh, my bad, it wasn't going there. Anyways, let's talk about policy. No, he fucking doubles down.
Oh, for
But,
fuck's sake.
Ooh, get
There you
that
go.
landline.
What's even
Yeah,
funnier
it sucks
is
so much.
Pence
Oh, it's a spam
and-
call. Interesting.
Pence and Trump legit just
Hello?
not answering questions that expose them.
Please be quiet. She has a spam call. This is important.
I'm sorry,
Someone real actually answered. So
What were we saying?
Ooh.
What were we saying? Mysterious people were talking over.
What's even more ridiculous is when Trump and Pence go on the news and they're asked like a serious question that exposes them, they will legit just go silent and not.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. It's not.
Hmm.
they got fat throbbing egos, Mr.
I
Trump.
want to say something like a while ago on the subject of Cheeze, how he picked my names. I probably could relate, but like I picked
Can-
my name based on a game character. Freaking.
Bruh.
What character?
Dota, the
Oh, Dota.
Viper, the Nether Dragon.
I want to say one person.
At
At least your name sounds cool.
One person. This is what happens when my voice on top for July. One person said voice mapping is dying, so I'm confused.
Voice
What is?
mapping.
Voice,
Voice
mapping?
mapping.
Voice. Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's voice acted mapping, which is something Viper's done.
Was
Did
that
it
Ah.
the
No, I
one?
don't
live?
think
Did it
exactly
fucking
mapping
live?
was ever a big thing. So
No,
you can't say something's dying that's never been alive.
But guys, Project MM is voice acted.
Here's the
It's
thing.
never gonna become a thing anyway.
Yeah. Thanks,
Get it,
Cosmic.
guys. It's gonna be. Okay.
Then
Here's
why
the thing
are
about
you
voice
working on
mapping.
it, huh?
I think voice mapping. If I had the option, if I had the resources, if I had the money, all of my shows would be fully voice acted. I'd get some folks, and it would be great. That would obviously be the ideal, but we don't have that. You know, a lot of us are just fucking folks in the rooms making this shit, so we don't have that. But in another world, every mapping video is voiced. So
Just
just think of that.
outsource your stuff to India and hope to get the monies.
If you have the ability and you have people that want to do it. Scully says, Cosmic, you got to find a job. You're too old for this.
Nice.
Great, man. Let me say, I've been doing this for 10 years. I ain't going anywhere, brother.
You're gonna have to get money
I ain't
somehow.
I am about to sell out my life. I ain't about to submit to some bullshit hierarchy.
I know you go to homeschool.
I'm going to stay here.
LMFAO wage slave.
When will Project MM be released?
Yeah, good question, Cosmic. Answer the viewers. Oh. Okay.
Only Bro. Only Bro isn't a viewer. He's a friend of the show at this point. Is what he is.
Answer our fans.
Project MM is going to happen. That's all I
When?
can say. It is contingent on
When?
me finishing the script, and it is contingent on Rat.
When are we gonna do it? Never.
I'm trying.
One day.
No, you're not.
It's
One
gonna
day.
happen, and when it happens, it's gonna be fucking beautiful.
By the
You
time
guys
it
ain't
happens,
gonna
we
change
all
the
stop
community.
mapping.
It's gonna change the community. I'll still be here no matter what. When will Cooking Whispers be released? Again, this is
Same
coming.
thing as Project MM.
That
One
I
day.
do.
One
right
day.
now, that is what I'm working on right now. That is a combination of both, like,
You know,
Shit.
I actually want to see Project MM. I want to see how you guys work.
Yeah, Viper. Yeah, Cosmic. At least make Viper
You're gonna love
proud.
Like I really
Uh,
want to see. I really do
you're
want to
gonna
see
love it.
Project
I
MM.
promise you're gonna love it.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah,
A
but
gift
like,
for Viper.
Can
the longer
mapping
you
be
guys
compared
take,
to visual
the less,
novels?
the less
Ro-
time
Robert-
I'll
Wait,
have
what?
to watch.
No.
Robert
Let
says
Viper-
fucking
guys, let
Project
Viper
Denim
talk.
is in Area 51.
Can mapping be compared to visual novels? Well, actually,
Yes.
my Mafia series is gonna be
Kinda.
kind of something like that.
Kinda.
'Cause it's
Mafia
not really
took
gonna be
over
animated.
Europe.
It's really just
Normal
me
map-
telling it.
Normal mapping, I would say, couldn't be compared. Like some certain series, perhaps, but
Yeah, some certain
in general,
series.
I would say no.
Literally, it is though. Like that's pretty much what mapping.
Ah, fuck. I got it. My bones.
That's probably if you had to compare mapping, that's sort of what a because every time I meet a new fucking person and they ask what I do, I have to explain what mapping is.
I
Oh,
don't
God.
even do that anymore. I'm just trying to. Okay, I might tell them once I got to know them much better, and they know that I'm more than weird dude that draws
It's always like the
balls on a map.
first. It's always
Same,
the
Lucas.
first thing people fucking ask them. Is
Anyways,
What do you do?
we
But I
actually-
can
we
say
got a
I can
question
say other
here.
stuff beyond mapping.
Huh?
What is
Oh, I
better, mapping or mapping with country ball animation?
Mapping.
Mapping.
Mapping of country malls.
I
No.
mean,
Country ball
I mean-
animation.
There were country,
Depends.
country mall animations. It adds so much extra stuff. It's so much extra effort added.
look,
Actually,
Yeah, it
if you
is.
can,
I'm in
I don't
between.
care about
I can
Makes it so
kind
much
of
more
get why
interesting.
people
Here, one
like
at a
that, but I
time,
can't
folks.
spend my time on that. Really, I have enough work with the text.
I don't care. I don't care
Yeah,
about
I
the
can't
effort.
re-
It's
I
just
can't
that country ball and animation can add more layers to mapping than you can with regular mapping.
Yes, you can add scenes. You could even do what Rat does and make them all move at once. I
If
don't know
you-
how he can handle that with his computer, but
If you have
I did
the-
it, and it's crazy.
Try-
It lags like hell.
Trust me,
Yeah.
I have to do multiple fucking things that I can even render standstill episodes.
if you have the ability to do it, go for it. If you can't do it, maybe wait.
It
till-
lags. It's like I have like 200 layers, and it lags so much.
And also,
I
if you can't afford fucking $600 for Adobe Premiere, then sure.
no, I cracked it recently. It's pretty good.
Oh, okay. Brad, did you buy it or did you crack it?
I bought it, but the thing is, my
Ooh.
father's company now has bought some Adobe licenses, so I'll probably just get one of those and get it much cheaper.
I gotta get that shit because there's stuff I want to do for the future of my channel. I really want to.
Same.
I think I can send you a link for a cracked Premiere
legitimately
Pro.
bought Sony
I'd really
Vegas.
love that, dude, because I need to elevate my content.
I
need to do something.
legitimately bought Sony Vegas, and I'm still using it today.
I don't think I'll ever do Country Ball.
But the difference with Sony Vegas, you have to buy once technically, and then you got it forever. While with Adobe, you have to
Yeah,
get a
like
subscription.
after
Yeah,
Effects,
yeah.
you just
Vegas
gotta
is like
keep paying for
permanent,
it.
so it's like that's why I bought it. If it was Adobe, like, I mean, some older offers had like permanent ones, but not.
But like I said,
Alright.
I'll probably get it much cheaper now.
The
since
serious
I-
questions are dying down. I think we should
Yeah.
move to
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Wait, no, we
I
have one more question.
gotta acknowledge this. Poor Ian Cordoba keeps fucking asking me, "Do you watch High School DxT?" I don't know what that is. I'm guessing
It's
it's
a-
an anime.
I don't even know what that
I
is.
heard
Next.
of that anime. It's like everything that's wrong with like JoJo anime or however it's fucking called.
Right here, though, we got a good final question.
No, I had one. I wanted to say this one.
Are you talking about the Concordia one?
No, the polyhedron. He asked, "Do you guys
Okay,
wish
two questions and that's
Okay, we'll do the-
annotations- Do you
we're gonna
guys
do the
wish annotations were still up? Maybe you could have done something with mapping with it."
Okay, who's going?
Annotations on
Cosmic?
YouTube.
And yeah, I think that's what he means. Annotations on YouTube.
Yeah, the death of annotation was one of the biggest tragedies.
Oh yeah, that's
No one really cared about it that much.
No, I fucking cared. First of all, if you want to remove the ability to create new ones, first of all, egregious. Fuck you. But, okay. To remove every single existing annotation and ruin a decade of YouTube history and sully people's childhood memories, go fuck yourself.
I'm the
you fucking
registered
worthless-
hypercam.
I used annotations to say, "Oh, this is a mistake," and now those are gone too.
The fact I
Yeah.
can't go back and play the old Nerf interactive game that inspired me to keep making videos as a kid is a tragedy. The fact I can't play old Chad, Matt, and Rob stuff,
At
tragedy.
least you
The fact-
still have them on your old videos.
The fact I can't go back and play my own Nerf interactive game I made in 2011 is a tragedy. So, yeah. I did want to make a Nerf, mapping interactive game at some point, way back when in the day. So yeah, I wish I got the opportunity.
I mean, you technically can still do this with like the end annotations.
Maybe.
you can't just do it as complex anymore that you have like decisions in the middle of an episode to get to an Easter egg or something. But like technically, you can still make interactive games with like the end cards.
So, final question from our friend Concordia. We are going to do the quiz after this, so stick around. Concordia says, legit question for everyone. For those who have worked before, where did you work and what did you think of it? For those who haven't worked yet, what would you like to do? We'll go down the list here. So, Alp, you want to start us off?
I mean, I'm basically in the university for the job I'm gonna have. I'm gonna become an English.
Oh, nice. Oh, me now? I have no real clue what I want to do. I spoke to Cone about this a couple of times, but I wanted to be a doctor when I was younger. But I started thinking about it. How I would have to hold multiple people's lives in my hands all the time. I would lose a lot of work time. I would probably get a divorce with my wife, even if I got a wife, because it's higher probability or whatever. But I don't know. It's kind of a little scary that I'm so lost.
Okay,
Should I
so
be concerned?
have you had a job yet?
Me?
Yes.
No, I have not. Besides this YouTube thing.
Okay.
If you could count it as a
YouTube
job.
is a job.
And then yes, I guess.
So, me, in terms of the future, discombobulated. In the past, when I was, like, really young, when I was, I don't know, I want to say, like, 5 to 9, I wanted to be a musician. I fucking wrote all these goddamn songs with the guitar that was literally just me, like, strumming, going, ah! It would have been nice. It would have been horrible. But, yeah, I threw that away around, like, 2008 when I really get into just any kind of film stuff. So, yeah, in terms of what I want to do, this is what I want to do in my life. So I'm pursuing this, not necessarily mapping going into the far future, but, yeah, content creation, film writing, stuff like that. What I have done, I've never had a job in life. The odd jobs that I've worked, I did some drumming for a local gospel church, got paid for that. As stated before, I ran a charity scam in New York when I was 10.
We remember that.
Recently, I've been fucking watching this bougie lady's cats. Super sweet cats. They're named Bob.
For way less the minimum wage.
Oh, yeah, way less. But it's okay. She's going to pay me more for the dog, even though I'm horribly allergic to dogs. So we'll see how that turns out.
All right, Imperial.
But, yeah,
So,
Imperial.
in the future, I've actually made quite detailed plans about what I want to do with my future. So I'm going to university and study law, and then try to be a judge in the future. Like, this is quite high stake for Germany, but whatever. But this is not actually the thing I really want to do, but rather I could do it. Like, I can agree myself, like, yeah, this is a job I could do for my life. But what I would actually like to do is becoming an author. Like, that's the goal I would like to have in my life, and judge more like, yeah, that's the income you have, because as an author you will either end on the streets or have like this very slim chance of making a fuck ton of money. I'm not risking that, to be honest. What I've done in my past, no real job, but as long as regular tutoring other students counts.
Mindria?
I got nothing.
No, what do you mean you got nothing?
Nothing for the future?
I don't
You
have
haven't
for the
you
future
haven't
yet.
worked a job and you
Suicide.
don't.
Yes, YouTube is a job.
Okay.
Do you have AdSense on? You get AdSense?
Yeah, I have some
You
money.
do? How much money, Mitch?
There you go.
Like
Closing?
11 euros. That's
All right.
That's humble.
Guys, Puerto Rican Mapper 4 gained a sub.
Yay!
it.
Everyone, go subscribe to Puerto Rican Mapper 4. His link is in the description. He
He makes
does.
good
all
racing
mapping
He
videos.
does
NASCAR
troubling. He does
content.
NASCAR content. Go check out Puerto Rican Mapper 4's NASCAR. Who's next?
All right, so I guess I'm the only one here that's actually had a part-time job. In high school, I worked at a Moe's Southwest Grill for a while.
That's a good place.
That was all right, but I would never work in food again personally. And for the past 2 years, I've been going to university for political science, and during that, I've been working in IT year-round.
Damn.
Feeling kind of shit now.
Now I feel like someone who, yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, so
Guys,
Very-
people are subbing to Puerto Rican mapper. I feel it's so wholesome.
There's
So
Everyone
wholesome.
subscribe to Puerto Rican mapping.
basically a proper job I didn't have yet. I
Cosmic,
probably,
you do it too.
for fuck's sakes.
Okay.
I probably want to pick up a holiday job during the next autumn holidays. Either working at some warehouse sorting shit because I get money for that and the pay is quite good. Or I go to the hospital and change the sheets of like the beds, which also get some quite good payment. Otherwise, I get money from tutoring. I get money from driving people to school because I'm 18 already and I can drive myself. Tutoring, and basically, like sometimes I get money from when I play somewhere with the clarinet and shit, but not really often. And for the future, I want to study meteorology, which basically is like weather and climate and shit. And then depending on the economic situation in Germany at that point in time when I finish, I either want to finish with like a master's degree and then I go to like the German weather service, because you become a civil servant and get shit tons of, basically, if you are a civil servant in Germany, you haven't got to worry for the rest of your life anymore.
Aye.
And basically, if it's shitty in Germany, I'll do that, or if it's better, then I probably do a PhD and then work as a professor or something in climate research.
Soon we'll be seeing you in the news telling us what the weather is gonna be tomorrow.
No, that's what I wanted to do as a child originally, but not
Nice.
anymore.
Oh, what I wanted to do as a child, I wanted to be an archaeologist and excavate dinosaur bones.
Yeah, but basically, I first wanted to be on those weather shows. Then I wanted to be, when I was a young teenager, I wanted to become a politician. Then I realized I don't want to stress myself with all this shit what politicians have to endure. But
And you wanted to be leader of the Fourth Reich.
No. I think the first time when I thought about becoming a politician was when I just transitioned from an anarcho-communist to a social democrat.
Christ.
Oh god.
And the Viper.
I feel like
Still secretly
throwing
an
up. I feel like
anarcho-communist.
throwing up.
And
Still
Viper.
convinced that
That's a
Rat's
very
secretly an
mapping.
anarcho-communist,
So,
but he's calling himself.
Is it my turn
He
now?
never
Yep.
truly stopped being it.
So
Viper, what about you?
So I guess I'm last because I'm letter V. But so for those of you who have seen my math here, if you guys know, I'm already looking for like a full-time job, and actually I'm not even actually going to animation university. I'm actually going to computer science. For those of you that
Yeah,
do
that
not
gets
know.
you a lot of money.
Okay, yeah, sure, it's a lot of money. But okay, so and yeah, I actually already applied to some job, got some interviews. I'm hoping I get hired, so I don't have to suffer as much. But if I get
Did you
hired, that'd be
graduate?
great. But then that means I'll be only working on the Mafia series. Although actually in the past I've actually had some part-time experience working in like web development and JavaScript and those. It's part-time, so it's not really like. Even though it's like probably like a 2 years part-time, it's not that much. So
Did you
Could
graduate?
make some good
Yeah.
money with web design in the past.
yeah, I'm a web designer.
Yeah.
It's good and all, but like it's been a while since I've done it as well, so it's gonna take some time to relearn it. Now that I'm applying for a full-time job, because the last time I did it was like really like last. Like
It wasn't even that hard. You just need to, like, HTML, CSS is not hard to
yeah,
learn
it's not
at
hard.
all.
But, like there's like it's not exactly hard, but it's like
JavaScript is fine.
Just gotta get
PHP
used to
also
it.
is
yeah,
not that hard.
I'm not saying they're hard, but then at the same, it's all about like the design, like the UI and how you interact with your customers, and it's all about the feedback, right? You get the feedback, you get what you need to do, what you can do better, what you can do wrong, how you can improve from your mistakes, and pretty much it.
My voice is hurting me.
That's,
I can feel it. I can feel like boiling in the back of my
So
throat.
this is, and by the way, this is what you call about getting old. And I'm not sure if that contributes to why I don't have the same motivation when I'm doing a mapping as I did in 2015, 2016.
Okay, are we done?
See how you're doing in 2025. All right, so that quiz, we doing it?
concludes the Q&A.
All right, everybody. So quiz.
Yep.
Okay, share your screen again.
Okay. Let me go ahead and get in screen share. Figure this out.
Okay.
Turn on screen share. There we go. Okay, everybody.
I need to fix.
Here we
edit the
fucking
thing.
go.
I need to edit the thing.
So
Yeah,
let me
hold
know
on,
when this
Cosmic.
Where can we
Ready when
actually
you are?
see this?
Should just be on Discord, right? Oh,
Yeah,
you
but-
gotta click
But
on.
Viper has to change the layout and shit.
We're waiting for Viper to change the layout.
Yeah,
Wow,
in
this is
OBS.
surprisingly quick. The way this reacts. Oh, I'm going in the portal.
Interdimensional traveling.
What?
All right.
Cosmic is
Oh.
ascending it.
Jesus
so blurry
Christ.
for some reason.
All right, everybody. So let me go ahead and get my notebook so I can write down our winners. Grab this wherever the fuck. Get a blank page. Okay, so question 1, fan winner. Whoever gets this question right will, on the next episode, will be able to submit us a topic that will be guaranteed to be discussed on the next episode of MapperCast. So
As
you
long
can
as it's appropriate.
you can submit it as a comment on this video. You can send it to us on Twitter, or most preferably, you can send it to us on our Discord, which is linked in the description below.
Join the Discord, boys.
Yes, join our
Yes.
Discord, by the way. Also, check out the MapperCast Highlights channel, which is also in the description below.
Ah, yes.
All right. Which cartoon character did I want to fuck in 2007?
Okay.
Who?
How?
Who was that?
That was NTR.
Oh.
And this guy just turns in and said, "What is this stream about?" Guys, 2007, Nicole and Fluttershy didn't exist.
Hmm.
Fluttershy pretty sure existed in 2007.
Thank you, Polyhydron over here understanding SpongeBob. Shrexy.
And
Correct.
Hitler.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Boku no Pico.
Here, I'm gonna give this a few seconds, and if you guys don't get close, I'll start giving some
Hints.
Help.
Ooh.
Some
Mr.
hints.
Crab.
The cat from Boots.
Mr. Crab.
The cat from Boots. Trump. He definitely was a cartoon cat. Goku.
Goku.
The Kool-Aid man.
I don't know. Okay, I'll leave out some hints. It was an American cartoon.
Wow, what a great.
On Nickelodeon.
Great.
Concordia is close. Concordia is very close. It was on Nickelodeon.
Jimmy Neutron. No.
What?
Concordia got it. Congratulations, Concordia.
Hey.
That is gonna be Katara.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
I lost.
Total babe.
Oh, no.
I lost.
Concordia.
Oh.
So you are our fan winner. You will be able to submit us that topic. Please submit it. I
I'm
want
an
to
MapperCast
apologize for the low quality of these images. I made this quiz in like 30 seconds. Next time, I'm planning to do like a whole revamp of the quiz format here. Anyways, we've had this for 3 years.
Still not that good that only half of it. is shown.
Nostalgia.
So,
Alright,
I gotta leave the stream to win Mapper winner again.
Imperial do not get
No,
this.
no, it doesn't count because you were guessed. So here we go, fellas. Mapper winner. Whoever wins this, we will review one of your shows on the next episode of MapperCast. So please, only answer this if you are a mapper and you have a show that we have not yet reviewed. There you go. So non-mappers need
Get
not
the fuck
apply.
out of the stream. We don't want you here.
What cartoon character have I wanted to fuck most recent? Most
Which one?
recently, let me read it. What cartoon character has Cosmic wanted to fuck most recently? This is
Wait,
easy.
isn't this the same
Only
question
Bro
as the
got
last
it.
one?
Hydra God Animations. You got it, Hydra God. Congratulations, Hydra God.
What is Respawn doing here?
Does he have any shit? Leave. Leave.
Hopefully,
Actually, there is one thing I'm wondering. Have we actually reviewed Freeze's show before?
we have not.
Nope.
It
No.
would have been nice if
Yeah.
we got that
I
right.
don't,
So,
I don't think it should because like I mean,
congratulations to our winners, Concordia, the fan winner, and Hydra God Animations, the map.
Does Hydra
Good
God
job,
actually
fellas.
have any videos?
He better.
You better.
Okay, let's check if he has videos.
After I gave that like whole ass speech about like not.
He says that he has.
I can't get it. I can't click it. Why can't I go to the profile?
Just copy paste in the search.
That's so annoying. That
I know.
That's something I have to do.
Blame fucking YouTube. I just clicked off. No,
Yeah, he's got videos.
You have to go to the right side and click the 3 dots and go.
You better subscribe.
Subscribe to Hydra God animation.
Alright, everybody. So, Hydra God.
He's got an alternate history of Europe, alternate future, and speed draw madness.
So I'm not even gonna bother with that because my computer is too slow to load that. Everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and give a toast. Turn my video.
Toast?
Why?
Huh?
A nice toast.
Hey, ladies, fellas, and folks at home, thank you for coming down.
Ooh.
It's been a joy.
The fuck?
Oh my god.
Viper is already dying.
Oh my god.
See y'all next time.
What the fuck?
What the fuck's happening to Viper?
Are you okay, Viper? Are you okay?
Viper, are you okay?
Bruh.
I don't know, but because I was doing that, I literally hovered over. I put the template on, and I hovered right on his face perfectly.
What happened?
Okay, I gotta take a shower.
Did you not see? Did you see that? Did you see the template, Cosmic?
No, I did. I was focused.
If you were watching, you'll know why I was laughing.
Okay, can we do the annual screaming now?
The annual.
Template.
Okay,
Alright,
3,
everybody. Well,
2.
Thank you all for watching.
Kick MapperCast.
MapperCast. Thanks for tuning in. We hope to see you next time. Maybe next week. And I'll let you guys. I don't know. Maybe next week. So
Bye, everybody.
Buddy.
Bye.